I'm good whenever. If the boss is good.
Well,
We don't have a clerk.
You got right here. You come on here. Better turn it up.
Yeah.
I turned it down.
Where is the volume? I don't.
It's in the office today. We'll have to do it.
Oh.
You know where the volume's at? Damon, will you go turn this up a little bit?
You asked a lot of me. You know how hard it is to get up and these
Angie said you needed more exercise.
Hey guys, hello everyone online. We are getting started in just a minute here. It is a big sale today, guys. I got 75 or 8 consignment horses, a pretty good jag of consigned horses, late consigned horses after that. And then we have 40 or 50 head in a dispersal of bred mares, yearlings, and not one but 2 mares with babies. Those mares and babies are going to sell. We're not going to bring them in the ring. One of the babies hit the ground yesterday, one this morning, and we're not going to traumatize moms and babies by dragging them into the ring. But yeah, big sale today.
If you're outside, get inside, guys. It's good. Yeah. If you're outside, guys, get inside. We're going to get started on the horses. If you're outside, get inside.
Tell them, Ed. Ouch.
So Bridget can twist this thing up about 97 ways.
I do it because I know you love it so much. Yep.
Yeah, Bridget.
Test 1, 2. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. We have got a big run back there. About 78 or so that were called in ahead, and then a whole bunch that were not. And there's a herd dispersal back there, a bunch of bred mares, yearlings, lots and lots of variety. Don't forget, horse sale is the second Saturday of every month. That means we will be back here on May the 10th. Please remember, all guarantees are between the buyer and seller. Jones Livestock Auction, Ernie, Damon, Angie, all act as agents only. We will take cash and cards. There is a surcharge on all cards. Checks, if you are an existing customer here with check writing privileges, you're good to go. If you are new, the first few times you come here at Jones, you will need to pay with cash or a card. Don't forget, livestock sale here Thursday, every single Thursday at 6 o'clock, and we are live online on the first Thursday of every month. Anything else, Ernie? Do try to have all of your animals picked up and loaded by noon tomorrow. If for any reason you cannot do that, you can lay them over with a per head per day boarding charge. Otherwise, noon tomorrow.
I'm good.
Choice on these donkeys. They are 10 years old. They are geldings, and they've been running with the sheep and the goats.
150, 75, you're now 2, hit a little 175, now 2, little 175, 2, 2, 2, quarter, half, hit a little 2 and a half, yep, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a half, hit a little 2 and a half, here I'm about 2 and a quarter now, half, yep, 2 and a half, 2 and a quarter, 2 and a half, hit a little quarter now, half, here, half, sold 2 and a quarter, put them on number.
Which one's he taking?
18,874 is your buyer.
Which
What's number 2?
Number 2?
Sell that there. Perfect.
Sell the other one right there, 150, 75. And now 100, bid it 75, bid it 1, bid it 75, bid it 1, bid it 75. Here, internet, you want in, 150, 75. Bid 1, bid it 75, bid it 75, bid it 100, bid it 75. Here I have 150, same way.
If number 3 has a video up, this is Titan. He is a 4-year-old great gelding. He's easy to ride and does not spook easily.
We sold these tack and saddles earlier, guys. He brought it all to town. 6.5, 7.5. Good 7.5. Hit it over 7.5. No 7.5. Hit it over 7.5. No 7.5. Hit it over 7.5. Here 700. Good 6.5. Hit it over 700 now. Half your man's out. 7.5. 8. Hit it now. Half. Hit it over now 9. Hit it over 9 and a bit. 8 to 10. 9. Hit it over 9 and a bit. Hit it now 9 and a bit. Hit it now 9. 9. 75. 9. Good 9. Hit it over 9 and a bit. Quarter now. Half. Hit it over 9 and a half. Now 75. Hit it over now $1,000. Good $1,000. Hit it over $1,000. Hit it over 75 now 1,000. 975 1,000. Good $1,000 here. Now half. Hit it over 1,000. Half. Hit it over $1,000 now half. Good $1,000. Half. Hit it over $1,000 now. A lot of cooking cleanup. 1,100. Hit it over now half. Hit it over 1,100 now half. 1,100. 11 half. 1,100 now half. Good $1,100. You're out last year. 11 half. 1,100. 11 half. Sold him 1,100. Tim Snyder.
If number 4 is going to be a great gelding between 8 and 10 years old. He rides well. His owner bought him in December of 24. He has no buck bite or rear. His owner, Donna, has been the one riding him. She said he doesn't know a lot, but he's very willing to learn. She is 70 years old and can no longer ride.
8.5, 9.5. Good 9.5. Hit it over 8.5. 9.5. Hit it over 8.5. 900. Hit it over 900. I'm gonna move. Hit it down 99999. I'm gonna move. Hit it down 8. 859. Hit it over 900. Hit it over 8. Hit it down 900. Hit it over 8. Hit it down 900. I'm gonna move. Hit it down 9999. I'm gonna move 8. 859. Hit it over 900. Hit it over 8. Hit it down 900. I'm gonna move. Hit it down 900. I'm gonna move 900. Hit it over 8. Hit it down 900. I'm gonna move 8. 859. Hit it over 900. Hit it over 8. Hit it down 900. I'm gonna move 900. Here I have. Sold him 8.15, 94.99.
Oh, an announcement I meant to make and forgot, just so you guys know, there were 2 mares, Metallic Cat granddaughters advertised. They are coming. They're just going to be a tick late, but they are coming. That number 5. Yep, number 5 is a 4-year-old little gelding, super pretty. He's been started. He's ready for a handy little puncher to take him and go on with him.
700, 800, hit it at 800, down, but about 700 now, heat, hit 7, hit it at 800, 700, 800, hit it at 700 now, 8, 7 half, hit it at 700 now, half, there's a good pony, 700 now, half, hit it at 700 now, 7 half, but about 700, 7 half, hit it at 700 now, half, hit 7 half, hit it at 700 now, half, hit it at 700 now, half, hit it at 700 now, 7 half, hit it at 700 now, 7 half, 7.50. How many 7 quarter half? 7 quarter now half. Good 7 half. 7 quarter 7 half now. 75. 75. Good 7 75. 75. 75. Here I have. Sold the pony 750. 494.99.
Hip number 6. This is Sadie. She is cute as a button little paint mare. She is part of a herd dispersal. There are several more here. The owners haven't done anything with them in over 2 years. A great little project for someone to take and make a lot of money with. She will be sound.
800, 900, 900, 900, 800 down 9, did you turn the internet on? 800, 900, 800, now 10, 900 now 10, 900 now $10 here, hit 900, $10, I'm putting on 900 now $10 here, 900 now $10 here, I'm putting on 900 now 1,000, hit 900, 9 half, 900 now half, 900, 9 half, I'm putting on 900 now 9 half, I'm 9 half, I'm putting on 900 I have sold her 900 on the World Wide Web.
Send her to Texas 30037 30037. You got her, Skylar.
Hey, Ernie.
No. Hip number 7, this is Bucky. He is an 8-year-old gelding used in the feed yard and all over the ranch. He's a handy little horse to sort on and use in the pens. He also rides really good outside and down the trail. Again, he is 8 years old.
2022 and a half. Hit it now 1, 2. Hit it 21 now 2. I got him. Hit it 20 now 2. Now 3. Hit it now 4. Now 5. And now 6. Hit it out. Going on. 26. Hit 26. Hit it now 7. Hit it 27 now 8. 28. Hit 28. Hit it now 9. Hit it now 3. Hit it now 3. 3,000. Hit 3,000. You're out of $5. $3,000. Hit 29 now 1. Hit it 31. Hit it now 2. Hit it 32. 31 and a half, 31 and a half, 30 and a half, 1 and a half, hit it 30 and a half, 1 and a half, hit it 30 and a half, now 1 and a half, hit 31 and a half, hit it. Yes, sir. 30 and a half, 1 and a half, hit it now 2 and a half, hit it 32 and a half, 3 and a half, hit it 33 and a half, hit 32 and a half, 3 and a half, hit it 2 and a half, now 3 and a half, hit it 33 and a half, hit 33 and a half, hit it 2 and a half, now 3 and a half, hit it 33 and a half, I have sold him 32.50.
17,614. Nice horse. That is.
Uh-oh.
Hip number 8 is Clover. She is a 13-year-old grade paint mare, ice blue eyes and 15-2 hands. She has been exposed for 2026 to AQHA Stallion Hickory Sensation. They were told she was a 4-H horse when they got her a year ago, but have not ridden her. She'll have a sweet disposition, loves attention, first one to the barn, super easy to catch anywhere, loads, leads, baids, good for the farrier. She does need to have front shoes or she'll get a little tender up front. Had a fresh set of shoes put on March 18th. 13 years old and might be in foal.
We bred her in February.
They bred her in February, and she has not, she's not come back to the heat, but they have not vet checked her. $1,000, 12 and a half, $12 and a half, $12 and a half, 1,100, your big pretty paint mare right there, $1,000, 1,100, get 1,100, hit it a half now, 11 and a half, 11 and a half, 12, hit it a half, hit it 12 and a half, hit 12, 12 and a half, hit it 12 and a half, 12 and a half, hit it 12 and a half, 12 and a half, hit it 12 and a half, 12 and a half, hit 12, 12 and a half, hit it 12 and a half, 12 and a half, hit it 12 and a half, hit it 13.
Take it on the floor, Paul. We're on the floor. They beat you.
Internet, you're out. 12 and a half, 1,300. 1,300 to the 12 and a half, to the 13. Pretty mare though. 12 and a half. 13 and a half. 1,300 and a half, half. Hit it to the 13 and a half. Hit 13 and a half, half. Hit it to the 13 and a half. Hit it to the 13 and a half. Hit it to the 13 and a half. Here I have. So they're on the internet. 1,300.
Headed to Stroud. You got her, Paul. 30044, 30044 buys. Hip number 9 is Sarge. He is an 8-year-old gelding. He has been riding trails and has started on the barrels, just ready for someone to go on and finish out. He has speed when you ask, and he'll slow right back down to go on a nice trail ride. Again, he is 8 years old.
$1,000, 1,100. Yep, $1,000, 1,100. Yep, $1,000, 1,100. Yep, $1,000, sold him on the net.
He is headed to Chakota. You got him, Summer. 30030. 30030. $11.
Yep.
Hip number 11 is Jake. He is a 12-year-old grade gelding, a super trail horse that the whole family can ride. He'll be the same way every time you saddle him, whether it's once a month or once a year. 12 years old.
12 and a half, 1500. 12 and a half, 1500. Hit it at 12 and a half, 15. Hit it at 17 and a half. Hit it at 17 and a half. Hit 17 and a half. Hit it at 2. Hit it at 17 and a half. 2. Hit 2000 and 17 and a half. Now 2000 now 2 and a half. Hit 22 and a half. Hit it at 2 and a half. 5.
We're out again.
Internet, you're out. 2500. 22 and a half. 5. Hit 25. Hit it at 2 and a half. Now 5. Hit it at 22 and a half. 23 and a half. You're 22 and a half, 3 and a half. Internet, 2 and a half, now 3 and a half. Now 4 and a half, 24 and a half. You're 24 and a half, 3 and a half, 4 and a half, 24 and a half. And now 5 and a half.
We're out again.
25 and a half. You're 25 and a half. Internet, 4 and a half. Pretty nice big horse right there. 24 and a half, 5 and a half. You're 4 and a half, 5 and a half. 25 and a half. 4 and a half. Now 5 and a half. 25 and a half. 24 and a half, 5 and a half, 5 and a half, 4 and a half, now 5 and a half, I have sold him 24.50.
Yeah. 19,947.
Oh my goodness.
Good luck, lady.
Hip number 10 is Chief. He is a grade paint gelding around 14 years old. He is very friendly, broke to ride, and likes to run if given the chance.
Another one of them complete dispersal deals, guys. $1,000, 12 and a half. Hit down now, 12 and a half. 12 and a half. 1100. Black and white. Down now, 1100. 10 and a half, 10 and a half, hit 10, 10 and a half, internet, you're out, 10, 10 and a half, hit 10, 10 and a half, 10 and a half, 10 and a half, 10, 10 and a half, 10 and a half, $1,000, $1,500, sold him $1,000, put him on $94.99.
You are such a good husband. Such a good husband. Yep, number 12, you watched that video. This is Duchess. She is a beautiful 15-year-old Missouri Foxtrot mare. She was shown as a youngster and has since gone on to be a smooth trail mount. And she's raised a few foals too. She's got a smooth, easy gait. You can sit all day.
$1,000, 12 and a half, into the video, $1,000 now, 12 and a half, into the video, $1,000 now, 12 and a half, 1100, hit $1,000, 1100, into the video, $1,000 now, 1100, you come get you a trail horse, there's you a trail deluxe horse. $1,000, 1100, you 1100, into the video, $1,000 now, 1100, $1,000 now, 1100, now, hit $1,000, 1100, into the video, $1,000 now, 1100, now, $1,000, half, into the video, $1,000 now, half, into the video, $1,000 now, half, into the video, $1,000 now, half, hit $1,000 now, half, into the video, $1,000 now, half, hit $1,000, half, into the video, $1,000 now, half, into the video, $1,000 now, into the video, $1,000 now, half, $1,000 here, $1,000 I have. Sold her $1,000. Put her on $94.99. Sell that SRS saddle right there, guys. $300, 3 and a quarter, hit 3, 3 and a quarter, and minimum 3 to the bid now, 3 and a quarter to the 3 to the bid now, 3 and a quarter, hit 3, 3 and a quarter, and minimum 3 to the bid, 3 and a quarter, to the bid, 3 to the bid now, 3 and a quarter, and minimum 3 to the bid now, 3 and a quarter, and minimum 3 to the quarter, hit 3, 3 and a quarter, and minimum 3 to the bid, 3 and a quarter, to the bid. Said it takes $400 for it.
I'm 13.
Yep, number 13, video is up. This is Zanita Bear, be a 2015 model registered paint mare by Bar W Zanpar, by Audacious to a T, by Audacious T, and after a daughter, out of a daughter of DX Caliber by Super Bear, again, 2015 model. She's a pretty mare and a good trail horse. She has been around cattle and sheep.
Pretty good registered mare right there. 1,500, 17 and a half. 1,500 now, 17 and a half. Up 1,500 now, 17 and a half. 1,500 I'm gone. 1,500 now, 17 and a half. 1,500 now, 1,600. Up 1,600, 1,700. 1,800 now, 19 now, 2. 2,000 now, 1. Up now, 2. 21 now, 2. 2. My money all the way. 21, 2. Randy's out. 21, 2. Up now, 2. Now, 3. 23 now, 4. 24 now, 5. 25, young man, number one now 6, and number 26. 26 now 7, and 27, and now 7. 27 now 8, 28, 27 now 8, 27 now 8. I'm 28. Did you get it? 28 now 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 29. 29, young man, we're out now 2, 3, now 1, 31. Yep, 31, 33, now 1, 31, 33, now 1, 33, now 1, now 2, 32, 32. And then 1 and a half, 2 and a half, 32 and a half, 32 and a half, 32 and a half, 1 and a half, 2 and a half, 1 and a half, 2 and a half. You said that a while ago. 31 and a half, 2 and a half, 32 and a half. You on back in? 1 and a half, 2 and a half. I sold him 31 and a half, 39, 33.19.
Hip number 14 is Winston. His video is up. If you are looking for a horse that can keep up with your feral ranch kids and the big horses, but is gentle enough to babysit, here he is. He's 4 years old, about 14 hands, got a been there, done that attitude. He's been ridden at the stockyards. You can carry bags, crack the bullwhips off him, hit the trails, crosses water without hesitation, climbs the hills. He'll go down the steep slopes. They've ponied green horses, drug logs. He's strong as an ox for a little guy. Got a smooth jog and lope, rides one-handed or in a halter, got a slow spin, can stop hard, and he knows his leads. Go on and make him a kid's horse, a show horse, a trail horse, or an all-around family horse.
Hey, your wife said they work out there in El Reno with him in the stockyard, so that little girl racking like that every week gets broke. Yes, sir. Well,
1,500, 17 and a half, 1,500 now, 17 and a half, 1,500 now, 17 and a half, 1,500, 1,600,
Yeah, 17 and a half.
And now 2 and a half,
That's out.
22 and a half, 2,000 now, 2 and a half,
Yep.
now to 5, 25, 22 and a half, 5, now 5, 3 and a half, 23 and a half. Watch that little horse ride around now. He's got riding his hide. 22 and a half, 3 and a half. Yep, 22 and a half, 3 and a half, 3 and a half, 2 and a half, 3 and a half. Yep, 22 and a half, 3 and a half, 22 and a half, 3 and a half, 23 and a half. Yep, 23 and a half, 2 and a half, 3 and a half, 3 and a half, 2 and a half, 3 and a half. 22 and a half, 3 and a half, 3 and a half. I have sold him on the net 22.50.
3000. Oh, hang on. Burl, it takes 3,500. They will not take less than 3,500. I'm taking you out. If you want him for 35, you can click in. Otherwise, it is a no-sell. It's a good little horse.
The little horse is really broke, too.
okay. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Lot 15.
Yes, sir. Lot 15.
Yep, number 15 video is up. This is TGS Pepper's Crystal, be a 2013 model quarter gelding by Burt's Hancock 6, by Hancock 6, by Tanqueray Gin, out of a daughter of LP Dry Text by Lena's Playboy. Again, a 2013 model. Pepper has been used in Southwest Oklahoma for the last 7 or 8 years on a cow-calf operation, was mainly ridden by a couple of teenage boys that have since headed off to college. He's just sat for the last year or so. He did get his right hind in a panel about 6 months ago. They've had him x-rayed since, no major issues, just still got a bump showing, and has a good way of going.
Watched you ride that horse outside earlier this morning, guys. That horse be broke. 2020, 2.5, 200 now, 2.5, hit 200 now, 2.5, 200 now, 2.5, 20, 2.5, now, 1, 21, hit 200 now, 21, 200 now, 1, 21, and now 2, hit 22, now 3, now 4, and 24, hit 23, now 24, here, internet, you ain't paying attention, 23, 4, hit 24, I'm going to bump over to the now, over to the now, 5, now 6, and 26, hit 26, and the 5, and 6, 25, now 6, hit 26, and the 5, and 6, 25, now 6, I'm 25, now 6, hit 26 here, hit the 5, and now 6, I'm 25, now 6, I'm 6, 26, and the now 7, and the 27, hit 27, I'm 6, now 7, now 8, and the 28, now 8, I'm 28, now 8, I'm 27, now 8, and a half. Sold him 2,700, put him on 19,947.
Hip number 16 is Flynn. Flynn is an 11-year-old quarter pony mare. She's been a pasture pet the last few years, just needs a refresher. She's ready for a kid to ride the hair off her again. 11 years old.
He said he's been riding her all week, guys. She just keeps getting better and better and better, guys. There's a good sized little pony right there for the kids or an adult, either one. 8.5, 9.5, 9.5, 8.5, 9.5, hit 9.5, 9.5, 9.5, and now 1,500, 9.5 here, hit 9.5, 9.5 here, hit 950 now, $1,000 here, 9 now 1,000, now 1,000, hit $1,000 here, now $1,000 here, now half, $1,000. Hit $1,000. No, you're all out. I'm on the internet. $1,000. $1,000 half. Hit $1,000 now 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 half. Sold her $1,000 on the net.
She's headed to Chakota. 30035. 30035. You got her, Cynthia.
On to Chakota.
I hope I said that right. Am I saying that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
17.
Hip number 17 video is up. This is Seth Rogen. He's a 2018 model quarter gelding. He's by Snickle, Fritz, and Cash, by Miss and Midas, by the great Miss and Cash, and out of a daughter, a Humbug Hancock by Heck No Hancock, and again, a 2018 model. He is a head, heel, and breakaway prospect. Started on the roping sled, 100% sound. He's good for the shoer, ties and trailers well. Only offered as the owner doesn't have time for him. Again, Missing Cash and Snickle Fritz Flake Bread on top, and Heck No Hancock and Wagner Breeding on the bottom. Watch the video.
There's a nice horse right there, about 6,500.
4,000.
4,040, 2.5, hit it 4,000 now, 2.5, hit 4,000 now, 2.5, hit it now 5, hit it now 7.5, hit it 47, hit it 5, hit it now 7.5, hit 45, 7.5, hit it 47, hit it 5, hit it now 7.5, hit it 47, 6 now, 7 now, 8, hit it now 9, now 5, now 1, now 2, now 3, and 4, and 54. I'm 53 now, bolder than I'm 3, now bolder than 53 now, bolder than I'm 4, 54 now 5, I'm 55 here, 4, 5, yep, 54 now 5, I'm 54 now 5, 55, yep, there's room here for everybody, guys. There's a good registered 7-year-old horse. 54, 5,500, hit it 54, 5, hit 55 here, hit it 54 now, 5, I'm 4, now 5, 55, I'm 54, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 54, and 5, and 5, and I'm 5, and I have sold him 5,400.
18,569. 18.
Hip number 18 has a video up now. This is a 12-year-old mare that is gentle for anyone. If you can't ride this one, you do not need a horse. Got new shoes on, ready to go. Watch that video. Even an old man can ride her.
Be safe for the whole. I watched the rider outside this morning. Now that mare's gentle. $1,000, 12 and a half. Hit down to now 12 and a half. Hit it down to now 12 and a half. Hit it down to now 12 and a half. Hit down $12 and a half. Hit it 12 and a half. Hit it down to now 12 and a half. Pump it up on 1,500. Hit 12 and a half. 1,500. Hit it now 17 and a half. Hit it 17 and a half. Hit 17 and a half. Hit it 18 and a half. There's a broke gentle mare. 15 and a half. Hit it 2,000. Hit 17 and a half. 2. Hit it 2,000. Hit it 17 and a half. Now 2,000. Hit it 18 and a half. 18 and a half. Hit it 17 and a half. Now 18 and a half. Hit it 18 and a half. Hit it 17 and a half. Now 18 and a half. 18 and a half. Hit it 18 and a half. Hit it 17 and a half. Now 18 and a half. Hit it 18 and a half here. 18 and a half. Hit it 17 and a half. Now 18 and a half. Hit it 18 and a half. Hit it 17 and a half. Now 18 and a half. Hit it 18 and a half. Good. 18 and a half. Hit it 17 and a half. Now 18 and a half. Hit it 18 and a half. Hit it 17 and a half. 18 and a half. Bye. Sold her on the net, 17.50.
You got this one, Burl. 30008. 30008.
Woman, 19.
Hip number 19 is Black Hawk. He is a teenage percher and gelding, broke to ride and drive. Be a gentle giant that is quiet and in your pocket.
500, 600, hit it, 500 now, 600 down, but I'm 500 now, 600 down, but I'm 500 now, see, hit 500, 600, hit it now, 700, hit it, 600 now, 700 now, 800,
Donna, we're out.
800 down, but I'm 700 now, 800, 7 half, Miss Donna, but I'm 700 now, half, hit it, 700 now, half, hit 700 now, half, hit it, 700 now, half, hit it, 700 now, half, hit it, 700 now, 7 half, hit 750, but I'm 700 now, 7 half, here now, 8, hit it, 7 half, 8, hit 7 half, 8, hit it, number of 8, hit it, number of 8, hit it, 7 half, hit now,
Donna, you're out again.
808 and a half, hit it, they're fighting on the internet, 800 now, half, 800 now, half,
Burl, you're out.
999, hit it, down, 9, hit it, number 9 half,
I'm back,
hit 9,
Donna.
9 and a half, hit it, 9 now, 9 and a half, hit it, 9 now, 9 and a half, bump it up on 9, hit it, now, 9 and a half, hit it, 9 now, 9 and a half. Now 10, now 10, hit it, 9, hit it, now 10, hit it, 9, hit it, now 10, hit it, number 9, Burl, you're out, 950 now 10.
Yep.
Now half, Donna, number 10, half, hit it, 10 now, 10 and a half, hit it, 10 and a bit, 10 and a half, hit 10, 10 and a half, hit it, 10 and a bit, now 10 and a half, high half. Sold him $1,000.
Burl, you're the winner. 30008. 30008. Yep, number 20 is I'm Hickory Hickokby, a 2020 model quarter gelding. By I'm Zippo Pines Leo, by Zippo's Party Animal, by the great Zippo Pine Bar, and out of a daughter of Smart Hickory Charm by Smart Plan. Again, just a 2020 model. He has been used extensively on the ranch. He has caught a lot of cattle on the wheat pasture, been used at the feed yard as well. This gelding's going to stay gentle with time off. Here is a good young horse.
Fancy young 5-year-old horse right here, guys.
There's two of them horses, them boys just got them, good friends in Texas, and they live about 50 miles west of us, and they do day work for a living every day, and they told me they're going to bring me 2 good horses. They'll be just whatever they tell you. Give another boy sitting over at Road Mare. Whatever they tell you, be 100%.
Whatever this pair of boys tells you, be 100%. Me and Gary talked to them out there when we was on break, guys. They brought you a fancy pair of horses right there.
All they do for a living every morning is saddle them things and go do day work for somebody. I'll give you 5,500.
5,500, 6,000. Hit it, 6,000 over here. I'm 5,500 now. See, hit 6,000 now. 5. Hit it, 6,000 now. 5. 2.5. 5. Hit it, 65. Hit 62 and a half. 5. Hit it, 65. Hit it, 2 and a half now. 5. Hit it, 2 and a half. 5. Hit 65. Hit it, 2 and a half now. 5. Hit it, 2 and a half now. 5. Why not? 62 and a half. 5. Your worst decision you made all day. 62 and a half. 5. Hit 60. That horse would be broke to get in that bridle. 62 and a half. 5. Hit 65. Here I'm going to 62 and a half. 5.
Boy, you're working with him. He's sitting here sorting one off out the weed. He's catching for the end of that thing. Run up there, knock him down, doctor him. He's gonna sell them things now, but he sold one here last time. He come for about 10,000. They'll be broke.
They'll be broker 99% of them, I promise you that. 62 and a half, 5. Hit 65. You know, if you only get 63 and a half, I'll do that. Hit 62 and a half, 3 and a half. Hit 63 and a half. Hit 2 and a half, now 3 and a half. Hit 2 and a half, 3 and a half. Hit 62 and a half, 3 and a half. I'm 62 and a half, 3 and a half. Hit 63 and a half. Hit 2 and a half, now 3 and a half. I have 62 and a half, 3 and a half. Sold him 62.50. Cactus.
Oh, you have 11-year-old gelding right here. I can't hear. Hang on, Joan. What was that? Been used in South Dakota as a ranch horse. Fresh shoes last week.
17 and a half, $2,000 cute gray horse right there. 17 and a half, 2. Yep, 17 and a half now, $2,000. 17 and a half now, $2,000. 17 and a half now, 2, 17 and a half, 2. Yep, 17 and a half now, 2. 17 and a half now, 2,000. 18 and a half. 18 and a half, 17 and a half now, 18 and a half. 18 and a half, 17 and a half, 18 and a half. 18 and a half, 19 and a half. 19 and a half. 18 and a half, 19 and a half. 19 and a half. 19 and a half, 18 and a half, 19 and a half, 19 and a half, 18 and a half, now 19 and a half, 19 and a half, 18 and a half, 19 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 and a half, 18 and a half, 19 and a half, 19 and a half, 18 and a half, 19 and a half, 19 and a half, 18 and a half, 19 and a half, I have 19.50. Sold him 18 and a half, pretty much 99.24.
Yep, number 24 is Slick Shooter. This is an AQHA filly born June of 2023. She's by RQF Quick Six Shooter, by Royal Quick Frenchman, by Royal Quick Dash, and her sire's out of a daughter of Play Gun. Her dam is by Dry Smart Crocker, by Smart Crocker Olena. And again, she is a June of 23 filly, and they call her Starla. She is home raised, halter broke, been saddled a handful of times. Here is a great barrel or breakaway prospect. She can go in any direction you want to take her. Really gentle and nice to be around. A great blend of run-on cow. Again, Royal Quick Dash, Play Gun, Sunfrost, and Smart Chickalina.
The only reason that filly's here is that young lady's going to have a baby in July and she ain't going to get the starter. That's the only reason that filly's here. 22 and a half, 5, 25 here. 22 and a half, 5, 25, 2 and a half, now 5, 25, 2 and a half, 5, 25, 2 and a half, 3 and a half, 22 and a half, 3 and a half, 2 and a half, 3 and a half, 3 and a half, 22 and a half, now 3 and a half, 3 and a half here. Now 4 and a half, 23 and a half, now 4 and a half, 24 and a half, 3 and a half, 4 and a half, 24 and a half, 3 and a half, you're all wrong here, 23 and a half, 4 and a half. 24 and a half, 3 and a half, now 4 and a half, 24 and a half. I'm 23 and a half, 4 and a half, 5 and a half, 25 and a half, and now 6 and a half, now 7 and a half, 8 and a half, and now 9 and a half, and now 3,000 and a half, now 1 and a half, and about 1 and a half, 31 and a half. Yep, 3,000 and a half, 1 and a half, 3,000 and a half, now 1 and a half. Yep, 31 and a half, 3,000 and a half, bumping about 1 and a half, 31 and a half, 31 and a half, 3,000 and a half, 1 and a half, I have. Sold her 3,050. What's your number, sis? 19,726.
Yep, number 25 is Badger Hole. He is a July of 22 model stud colt by CB Superstar, by Lowry Superstar, by Lowry Star, and out of a daughter of Salutaire by Medicinal Meekum Blue. Again, a 22 model stud colt, super cute colt, and a great rope horse prospect. Halter broke and gentle, ready to start your way.
12 and a half, 1500. Yep, 1500 here to the 12 and a half, 1500 here to the 12 and a half, 1500 here to the 12 and a half, 1500. I'm 12 and a half, 13 and a half, 13 and a half, 12 and a half, now 13 and a half, 12 and a half, 13 and a half. Yep, 13 and a half, 12 and a half, now 13 and a half, 13 and a half, 12 and a half, 13 and a half. Yep, 13 and a half, 13 and a half, 12 and a half, now 13 and a half, 13 and a half. I'm 12 and a half, 13 and a half. There's a good baby right there. Papers in hand, 12 and a half, 13 and a half. Yep, 13 and a half, 12 and a half, now 13 and a half, 12 and a half, 1300, 1300 here. Yep, 12 and a half, 1300, 1300, 12 and a half, 1300, 12 and a half, 1300. I'm 1300, 12 and a half, 1300 here. I have sold him 12, 15, 94.99.
We have the papers. Papers. Never mind. I got them. Gross Gypsy Jared's a 2013 model quarter gelding by J.R. Rambler, by Red Bucks JD Links, by Red Bucks Joe Jack, out of a daughter of My Casino Quincy by Blue Boy Quincy. Again, a 2013 model. 15-1 hands, thick made, and the right kind. He's been used all over the ranch and in the feed yard. He's an outstanding trail horse that goes where he's pointed, a nice, quiet guy, and he's easy to be around.
Pretty good kind of a buckskin horse right here now. Come on, about 7,500.
Danny and Kyle Elwood raised him, got their brand on him. I thought they sold him a first line when he was a baby colt. They're pretty good old, 3,500.
$3,500, $4,000. Hit it at $3,500 now for it. Yep, $3,500 now, $4,000 here. Hit it at $3,500 now, $4,000 now, but I'm 7.5. Hit it at $37.5. I'm 35, 7.5. Hit it at 37.5. Hit it at 5. Hit it at 7.5. Hit it at 37.5. I'm 35, 7.5. Hit it at 37.5. Hit it at 3,500 now, 7.5. Hit it at 37.5. I'm 35, 7.5. Hit it at 37.5. I'm 35 now, 7.5. Hit it at 7.5. Yep, 37.5. Hit it at 35 now. 7.5, 37.5.
That's the first time that horse been rode in 2 weeks.
So that's the first time this horse been rode in 2 weeks.
And he rode right off out there.
So they saddled him up, rode him right off. 3,500, 37.5. Hit it at 37. I'll take 36. Hit it at 6. Yep, 35 now, 6. 35 now, 6. I'm 36 here. I'm now 7. 36 now, 7. I'm 37. Hit it at 6. 7. Now 8. Hit it at 38. 8. Now 4. Yep, $4,000. I'm $4,000. Hit it at now 1. Hit it at 41. I'm $4,000 now 1. Hit it at 41. Hit it at 4,000 now 1. Hit it at 41. Yep, $4,000 now 1. Hit it at 41. Hit it at 4,000 now 1. Hit it at 41. Hit it at 41. Hit it at 4,000 now 1. Yep, 41. Hit it at 4,000 now 1. Hit it at 41. Hit it at 4,000 now 1. Hit it at 41. Sold the horse 4,000. Put him on 17,614.
This is your first love note if it's 28. Oh, nope, never mind. That one's does not have enough number. End Wrench Socks Pre-21 is a 21 model quarter mare by Foremost Socks, by Snickle Fritz Flake, by Snickle Fritz Checks, and out of a daughter of Drifts 23 by Drifts Chip. Again, a 21 model. Here is a nice young mare. She's had the miles. Drugged calves on her all spring, her 3-year-old year. Doctored lots of yearlings on grass last summer and turned her out for the winter. He's been gathering and shipping lots of wheat pasture cattle lately, and she's a pleasure to ride. She'll run hard to cattle and sort well. Do not miss out on a nice, well-made young mare. Again, she is just a 4-year-old.
Coming out with that horse there a while ago, guys. He said he used that mare all fall, turned her out, caught her back up when it was time to gather wheat pasture cattle, and been using her for about the last 30 or 45 days. And guys, he brought you a roan mare that'll be broke to get in that brattle.
The boys work together every day. That'd be a good mare. 3,500.
$3,500, $4,000, $3,500 now for it. Yep, $3,500 now, $4,000, $3,500 now, $4,000, $3,500 now, 7.5. Yep, 37.5, $500 now, 7.5, $37.5, $500 now, 7.5, $37.5. I'm $3,500 now, 7.5, $3,500 now, 7.5, $37.5. Yep, 35, 7.5, $37.5, now, 7.5, $35 now, 7.5. I'm 37.5, I'm 6, 36. I'm 35 now, 6, 3600. I'm 30, I got a man, 35 now, 6. That was the man who was with me when we was talking to him. 35 now, 6. I'm 35 now, 6, I'm 5, 35 now, 600 now, 7. Yep, 37, 36 now, 700 now, 7. I'm 37, 700 now, 700. I'm 37 now, 700 now, 8. Hit 38, 8. Got a new man now, 37, 8. Yep, 38, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. 4,000, 42. Hit it, 4,000 now, 2. Yep, 42. Hit it, sir, you're out. 42. Hit it, 4,000 now, 2. Yep, 42. Hit it, 4,000 now, 2. To the bed, I'm 42. Hit it, 4,000 now, 2. To the bed, I have 42. Sold my $4,000 for on 19. Hold that up one more time, young man. 19,947. Thank you, young man. You brought a nice horse.
Y'all get back to more work now. Yeah, thank you. Hey, there's two of these geldings, man, over in Frisco from the
I don't have anything.
Older gentleman dropped two of these horses off back there yesterday afternoon.
They come right over at Frisco. They come off the cow camp deal. They got tracks all over them. He said they ranched on them. Told me to tell Damon Melly to check for Monday morning. He had to get somebody to ride him. They're good ponies. 4,000.
4,000, 45. 4,000 now, 2.5. Yep, 4,000 now, 2.5. There's one broke to get in that bridle. 42.5. Yep, 4,000 now, 2.5. 4,000 now, 2.5. 42.5. 4,000 now, 2.5. Yep, 42.5. 4,000 now, 2.5. 41. 4,000 now, what? Yep, 41. 4,000 now, 1. 41. 4,000 now, what? Yep, 4,000 now, 1. 41. 41. I'm young, 41, 41, 41, 41, yep, 4,000 now, 1, 41, 41, 41, yep, 41, I think you're all letting your skimmers leak right there. 4,000, 41, 41, 41, here I have 4,000 now, 2, 42. 42, hit the one, and now 2 to the middle of the one, and now 2 to the middle of the 41, now 2 to the middle of the 2 to the middle of the 1, and now 2 to the middle of the 42, 41, 2. Sold the horse 4,100.
45, 43.
45, 40. Nice horse right there, my friend.
Here.
Uh-oh.
You got a note on this one. Top. This is Red. He is a 14-year-old John Mule, stands 14 hands. He rides and packs very well. He's been used in Colorado the past 3 years. Very gentle, stands to be saddled and mounted, sound and reliable in the mountains. His owner has 2 mules here. He had surgery on both his shoulders, so he can't ride anymore.
Long the man sitting right down here on the front row.
As long as this gentleman right over here.
He'll still ride out there to Alma. Come in here with him yesterday. He said he comes from Colorado, done everything with them. Good pair of mules.
You come to get you a good pair of mules. That man knows about a mule. $2,000, 22 and a half. Here, 2,000 now, 2 and a half. 2,000 now, 2 and a half. 22 and a half. 1, 21. Here, 2,000 now, 1. 2,000 now, 1. 2,000 now, 1. 2,000 now, 1. And now 2. 22. 21 now 2. Yep, 22 here. 1 now 2. Internet, you paying attention here? 21, 2. Yep, 21 now 2. 21 now 2. 21 now, 2. It's 22, 21 now, 2, minimum 2. It's 22, he doesn't want to be now, 2, 22, want to be now, 2, minimum 2, 21, 2, he doesn't want to be now, 2, 22, want to be now, 2, 21, 2. Sold me 2100. Cheeseburger.
Yeah, I know that. I knew it. Mm-hmm. You are correct.
Mine like it does.
Hip number 30 is Smokey, and his video is up now. He is a 13-year-old gelding standing 15 hands. He rides well, and you can rope off him.
12 and a half, 1500. 12 and a half, 1500 here. 12 and a half, 1500. 12 and a half, 1500. 13 and a half. 13 and a half. 14 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 and a half. 13 and a half. 14 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 and a half. now 14 and a half, 15 and a half, 15 and a half here, 15 and a half, young man, 16 and a half, 16 and a half here, 15 and a half, 16 and a half, 16 and a half, 18 and a half, now 16 and a half, 16 and a half, 18 and a half, now 16 and a half, now 17 and a half, 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 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 17 and a half, now 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 17 and a half, now 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 17 and a half, now 18 and a half, I have sold 1750, 19, 947.
Oh, whoop, we're out of order here. 33. Hip number 33 is Juan, a 20-year-old gelding. He's been a ranch horse his whole life. Safe for the very beginner, a super good horse that will teach your kids.
Hey, there's a pair of ladies, you know, come there to Hutchinson. They've been there their whole life. They're about 75 years old. They wear good overalls.
Mm-hmm.
They have that little horse they ranch on. Usually you come out of El Paso the first time and you got the brand on him. Big bro. Jim, you ride him anywhere you want to go and he'll short load all day. 7 and a half, 8 and a half, 8 and a half, 7 and a half, now 8 and a half. It's 7 and a half, 8 and a half, 8 and a half, 7 and a half, now 8 and a half, 8 and a half, 7 and a half, 850, 800, 7 and a half, now 8 and a half, number of eight. It's 7 and a half, 8, 8 and a half, number of 8, 7 and now 8, 7 and now 8. I'm 750, 8, 8 and now 8.
8. Rob, this is the one you talked to Bobby about on the phone, and I have 8.
Now half, 800, 8 and a half, 800 now half, 800 now half, 800 now 8 and a half, 800 now half, 800 now half, 800 now half, half, 800 now half, 800 now half, 800, 8 and a half, 800 now 8 and a half, I have sold 800.
You got him, Donna. 30019. 30019.
Your metallic cat.
Metallic cats are here. They have their papers, I hope.
They're getting the metallic cat bears up here right now, guys.
Where they come, right there.
Hey, hey. Run, Angie, run!
Anybody else?
I would take a water.
Okay.
Please and thank you. What is this? Another love note?
Bring one up. ain't broken, please.
These mares were raised in big country. You gonna start with her?
22.
Adam's mare 90 is a 21 model mare. She's by Bet on Denver by Metallic Cat. Bet on Denver is out of a daughter of Dual Ray named Raise Your Bet. Her dam is by Play Docs by Freckles Playboy, and she is out of a daughter of Smart Little Uno. Again, this mare is a 21 model. For those who don't know, again, Bet on Denver is by the one and only Metallic Cat, and Bet on Denver's dam, Raise Your Bet, is not only by Dual Ray, but she is out of the NCHA Hall of Fame and world champion Bet Your Blue Boons. She's the first horse to ever score a 233 at the NCHA finals event and an all-time leading producer. And again, this mare's dam is an own daughter of the $2.3 million sire Play Docs, out of a daughter of Smart Little Uno, and royally bred now.
Big M. As long as Mr. Adams is standing right there, they come south of me, they raced them forever. I went to this place one day and bought 4 of them geldings off of them, and if you don't think they won't whack a cow.
Now these things will ride.
You get them things
They
broke
will
to
go
ride,
right.
guys, they will eat a cow alive.
And he knew what he was doing when he bred them. 3,000.
3,000, 32 and a half. Now 5. 35, 2 and a half. 5. 35, 7 and a half. Now 4,000. Now 2 and a half. Now 5. 45, 42 and a half. 5. 42 and a half. Now 5. 42 and a half. 5. 45, 2 and a half. Now 5.
Ain't no trouble to ride them. Just saddle them, get on them. Every one of them will ride around.
Every one of them will have riding their hide. 42 and a half. 5. 45, 2 and a half. Now 5. 42 and a half. Now 5.
Mr. Adams, are they broke to lead? Yes, they'll be
They
broke.
are
But they
broke
are
to
broke
lead.
to lead. 42 and a half, 4,500, 43, 4, and now 5, and now 6, and now 7, and then 47, 4,600, now 700, here, now 700, now 7, I'm 4,600, 700, now 700, now 7, yep, 4,700, now 700, now 8, 48, yep, 47, now 8, now 47, now 8, yep, 49, 4800 now 900. Yep, 4800 now 900. 800 now 900. 4800 now 9. Did you get your picture? 48 now 9. Yep, 4900 now 8 9. Sell it at 4,800 on the net.
Cynthia 30035. 30035. She's beautiful, Cynthia, and she is broke to lead.
Here comes her sister.
This next one here is going to be a 22 model. She again is by Bet on Denver. This one is out of a daughter of Fajita Bueno by Lena Fajita. And her dam is out of a daughter of the great Lena's Jewel Bars. Traffic jam. This one's going to be 23.
Come on, 2,500.
2,500, 27 and a half. There's one got her little shake. 2,500
Yeah,
now,
she
7 and a
does.
half. Yep, 2,500 now, 7 and a half. 27 and a half. 7 and a half. 2,500, 27 and a half, 3,000, now 2 and a half, and now 5, and now 7 and a half, and 37 and a half, 35, 7 and a half, now 4, 37 and a half, now 4, 37 and a half, 8, now 9, 39, 39, 39, 9, 39, now 4, and now 4,000, and now 4,000, 3,900, $4,000, $4,000, 1,
Cynthia, we're out.
41, internet,
She's-
41,
yeah.
now 2, 42, he's the one that been up 2, hit 42, he's the one that been up 2, 41, now 2, 42, 41, now 2, now now 3.
We're out again, Cynthia.
43. 43, internet, 42, 3. There's a fancy filly, 42, 43. Yep, 43. Now 4, number 44, now 5.
I'm back,
Yep,
we're out.
45, Cynthia, we're out again. 45. Yep, 44,
Yep.
5 now, 6, 46. Yep, 40. He said that a while ago. 45, 6. Yep, 45 now, 6 going to be an I have. Sold her on the internet, 4,500.
They're staying together. 30035.
They get to stay together.
Thank you, Mr. Adam.
34. Video is up. Hip number 34 is Roosters and Letters via 2012 model quarter gelding by Doca Rooster, by the one and only Rooster. Doca Rooster's out of a daughter of Docalina. His dams by Zanpar Bay by Zanpar Bar, and again, a 2012 model. Once again, by Doca Rooster, sire of Reigning Horses, and out of a granddaughter of Zanpar Bar. He's pushed cattle. He's been down the trails, ridden in the river, trots and lopes, circles, been through the poles and the barrels, better suited to a light-handed rider. Babes, ties, saddles well, and a really nicely made gelding.
2,500, 27 and a half. Hit it at the end of the day, 7 and a half. Hit it now 3. Hit it on 3 down to the day, 27 and a half. Now $3 here. Hit 27 and a half. Down 3. Hit it at 8 and a half. Hit it at the day, 7 and a half. Now 8 and a half. Hit 28 and a half. Hit it at the day, 7 and a half. Now 8 and a half. Hit it at the down 9 and a half. Hit it at the day, 29 and a half. 3 down and a half. 3 now, 2 and 1 and a half. Hit it at the day, 31 and a half. Down 2 and a half. Hit it at the day, 32 and a half. Hit 32 and a half. 3 and a half. 33 and a half. Hit it at the day, 2 and a half. 3 and a half. 4 and a half. 34 and a half. Hit 33 and a half. 4 and a half. Hit it at the day, 34 and a half. Draw your eyes across that gelding now. There's a hell of a horse.
Shapy.
That kid,
He does a
that
good
kid
job,
right there
too.
started him. I promise you, as good
He
as
does
young man
everything
as there
right.
is to start one, started him. That'd be a good young horse. 33 and a half, 4 and a half, hit it at the 34 and a half, 5 and a half, hit it now 6 and a half, hit it at the 36 and a half, 6 and a half, 7 and a half, 37 and a half, hit it now 8, hit it at 38, hit 37, 8, hit it at 37 now 8, hit 38, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, hit it at now 8, hit it at number 8, hit 38, 8, hit it at now 8, hit it at number 38, hit it at now 8, hit it at half, 37 to 8. Sold him 3,700, put him on 17,614.
Hip 35 is a 4-year-old gelding standing 15-2 and built like a Mack truck. He's been started right and he's ready to go in any direction. They've ridden him outside to proud pastures and calf heifers this spring. 4 years old.
Got Danny's brand right on his hip there. 1,500, 17 and a half. Hit 1,500 now, 17 and a half. Hit it at 1,800 now, 17 now, 2 and now 2 and a half and now 5. Hit it at 1,7 and a half. Hit it now 3 and 2 and a half. Hit it at now 5. Hit it at 35, 7 and a half. Hit 37 and a half, 4. I'm going to bump $4,000 at 37 and a half, 4. 4,000. I'll take 38 and a half, sir. 38 and a half. 38 and a half, 7 and a half, 8, 9 and a half, 39 and a half. I'm 38 and a half, 9 and a half, 8 and a half, 9 and a half, 8 and a half, 9 and a half. I'm 38 and a half, 9 and a half, 8 and a half, 9 and a half, 39 and a half, 8 and a half, 9 and a half. Yep, 39 and a half, 8 and a half, 9 and a half, 38 and a half, 9 and a half, 8 and a half. I sold him 38.50 right up there. 72.10.
Thank you, Cameron. Well, they went for 37 and 38.
532.
Oop. We'll get there.
This is Sally. Sally is a sweet little 6-year-old mare, a nice trail horse. You can do other things with her easily too. Gentle, easygoing, and again, just 6 years old.
500, 600, hit it is, hit it down, but about 500 now, see it. Hit 500, 600, hit it is, hit it down, but about 500 now, 600 now, 700, hit it is, hit it down, 700 now, but about 600 now, 700. I'm 600, 700, hit it is, hit it down, but about 600 now, 700 now, 8, hit it is, hit it down, but about 700 now, 800, 800, hit it is, hit it is, 700 now, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, hit it is, 700 now, 800 now, but about 700 now, 8, it's 7, 8, hit it is, down, but about 700 now, 800, hit it is, 700 now, half, it's 700 now, half, it is 700 now, 7, half, it is 700 now, 7, half, it is 700 now, half, I'm 700, 7, half, it is 700 now, half, sold her on internet, 700.
30008, 30008, Burl. Papers. He's cold as ice. Is a 2010 model registered walking horse gelding. He's by Goosebumps, by Senatorial Privilege, by World Grand Champion Ebony Senator. He's out of a daughter of Pusher's Jewel Thief by The Pusher. And again, a 2010 model.
5.5, 600, 5.5, 600, half, half, I'm 600, 6.5, half, now 7, it's 700, I'm 6.5, 700, Randy, you're out, 6.5, 700, it's 700, it's 700, half,
we're out, Donna.
It's 700, 7.5, it is 700 now, half, that registered, 700 now, half, I'm 7 half now, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, it's 7 half, 8, 8, 7 half now, 8, 7 half, 750 going south.
30019, 30019. Yes, sir.
36.
Flip. Okay. Yep, number 36 has a video up. This is a 4-year-old gelding. He'll stand around 14 hands. He's been used on cattle at the ranch and started team roping on him not too long ago. A fancy lad. No papers.
1,200, 1,300, 1,200, 1,200 now, 1,300, 1,200 now, 1,300, 1,200 now, 1,300, hit 1,300, 1,200 now, half now, 13, 1,200 now, half, now 14, now half, 1,400 now, half, and now 15, 1,500 now, half, 1,500 half, now 16, 1,000 now, half, 1,16 half, half, now 17, 1,17, now half, 1,17 half, 18, now half, 18 and a half. Did you now 19, 19, 19, 18 and a half, now 1900, 1900, 18 and a half, now 1900, 1900, 18 now half, 1900 now half, now 19 and a half, sir, now 2,
Jody, we're out.
19 and a half, 2, $2, up to the 2, internet, you're out, 19 and a half, 2, $2, 19 and a half, now 2, 2,000, 19 and a half, $2,000 I have. Sold in 1950, number 7,000.
Hip 37 is Zeus, and his video is up. He is a coming 5-year-old gelding, a big, handsome boy. He will be 5 officially in August. Broke to ride. Watch that video. Yep.
2,500, 27 and a half, hit 25 and now 7 and a half, 25 and now 7 and a half, 600 here, hit 25 and now 6, hit 26, and now 7, 27 and now 7, I'm 27. Just a 4-year-old, hit 26 and now 700 here. Yes, he is. Hit 27 and now 7 hit 27 and now 7 and now 7 now 700. I'm 2600 now 700. Hit it now 700. I'm 8. Hit it I'm 28. Read it now. 2700 now. Eat it I'm 8. 700 now. Eat 700 now 9. Hit 29 now 3. Hit it 300 now 900 now 3. Hit 29 now 3 now 1. Hit 31. Hit 37 now 1. Hit 31. I'm 300 now 1. Hit 31. Hit 37 now 1. Hit number 1. Hit 300 now 1. Hit 31. Hit 300 number 1. Hit 31. Hit 300 now 1. Hit a now 2. Now 32, hit it a bit, hit it a little longer, now 2, hit it a bit, 32, now 3, now 4, 34. Up 34, hit it a bit, 4, hit it a bit, 33. Guys, there's a lot of horse for not very much money. There's a good Frisian horse. 33, 34, 3400, 33, 34, now 5, now 35.
Yeah. He's
Instead
fancy.
of 34,500, you'd be talking 35,000.
Fancy.
34, 35, 34 now 5, 34 now 5, 34 now 5, 34 now 5, I'm 35, here I have sold horse 3,400.
2 for 2, Ed.
You just jinxed it.
Well, here's your chance. Yep, number 38 is Denny. He is a 9-year-old John Mule. He'll stand 13-2. He rides and packs. He's been used in Colorado the last 2 years. He can be a little hard to catch until he gets acquainted with you, but a bucket of grain will sure do the trick. He is sound, reliable in the mountains. This is this gentleman's other little mule.
Came right from Alpha, came right on the front row, the other deal, took you Colorado, it was a good deal, pick that.
2022 and a half. Hit $210 now 22 and a half. Hit $210 now 2 and a half. Hit $210 now 2 and a half. Hit $210 now 21. Hit $21. Hit $21. Hit $21. Hit $210 now 1. Hit 28. Hit $210 now 1. Hit $210 now 1. Hit $210 now 1. Hit 1. Hit 21. Hit $210 now 1. Hit 21. Hit $210 number 1. Hit 21. $210 now 1. Hit 21. Cheeseburger 2000.
Is that? I can't see. Yep, number 39 is a 13-year-old mare. My mother-in-law's been checking cattle with her and trail riding her as well. Good about her feet, gentle and sound.
600, 700, 600 now, 700, 600 now, 700 now, but I'm 600 now, 700, 700 now, 800, 700 now, hit. I'm 700, 800 now, 900, 800 now, 900, 800 now, 800 now, 900, 800 now, half, 800 now, 8 half, 8 half, 800 now, half, 800, 8 half, 800 now, half, 800 now, 8 half, 800 now, half, 800, 8 half, 800 now, 8 half, 800 now, 9, number 9, 859, number 9, solar 850, number 5401.
Hey, Dakota. I just saw your name pop up there. Oh, boy. This is a 20-year-old Belgian gelding. He is broke both single and double. They've used him to break colts, and he is sound.
Got shot all the way around. Got a big old Belgian horse. 600, 700, 600 now, 700 now, but I'm 600 now, 700 now, 700. I'm 600, 700, 700 now, but I'm 600 now, 700 now, but I'm 600 now, half. It's $600, 6 and a half, 600 now, half, 600 now, 6 and a half, 600 now, 7, 6 and a half now, 700 here, but I'm 700, 6 and a half now, 7. 6 and a half, 700, 700 now, but I'm 700, 700 now, but I'm 7. You want one to break colts with, guys, or you just want one to go have fun with? That horse ain't costing very much. 6.5. No, ma'am, you're not in. I'm on the internet. 6.5. 700. 700 here. 6.5 now. 700 here. I'm on 6.5 now. 700 here. I'm on 700. 700 here. 6.5 now. 700 here. 700 here. I'm on 6.5 now. 700 here. 6.5. 700. 700 here. I sold it on the internet. Going south.
30019. Yep, number 40. Video is up. This is Riptide Rush. He's a 1999 model gelding. By Leo's Royal Breeze, by Bond to My Heart, by Warbond Leo, and Out of a Daughter of Tinker Steel by Chuck Steele. Again, a 99 model. This horse was used for ranch rodeos, to drag calves, and team roping. You can head and heel off him. No.
I mean,
He's
800, 900, 800 down, 900 to 800 down, 900 to 800 down, 900 to 800 down, high, 800 to 8 and a half, 800 to 8 and a bit, 8 and a half, 800 to 800 down, high, 800 to 800 down, high, 800 to 8 and a bit, 8 and a half, 800 to 800 down, high, 800 now, high, 800 to 8 and a bit, 8 and a half, 800 to 800 down, high, 800 to 8 and a bit, 8 and a half, 800 now, high, 800 to 8 and a bit, 8 and a half, 800 to 800 now, high, 800 to 800 now, 8 and a half, 800 to 800 now, high, I'm 800, 8 and a half, 800 now, high, 5, now, 900 a bit, 900 now, high, 9 and a half, 9 and a half, 10, 10 a bit, 10 a bit, now, 10 a bit, I'm about 9 now, 10 a bit, I'm about 9 now, 10, I'm 950 now, $1,000, 9 now, $1,000 here, I sold him 950, put him on 19,947.
I really don't need to keep kicking your chair. Got a note. This is Apache, a beautiful 6-year-old gelding, will be broke to lead and saddle, ready to start your way.
550, 600 now, half, 700 now, half, 700 now, half, 7 half, it's 700 now, half, 700 now, 7 half, 700 now, 7 half, 700 now, half, I'm 700, 7 half, 700 now, 7 half, 700 now, half, 7 half, I'm 700, 7 half, height, sold in 700, put him on number 14, 424.
Check your head all the way in here. Mark 43.
This is Betsy, and she is a 16-year-old mare, a gentle trail horse that anyone can get along with.
6.5, 7.5, it's 7.5, yeah, 6.5, 7.5, pretty broke little mare right there, 6.5, 700, it's 700, 700, but I'm going to get a hand now, 700, but I'm on 700, I'm 6.5, 700, 700, but I'm on 700, 700, but I'm on 700, it's 700, 700,
Yeah.
and now half, now 8,
We're out.
7.5, it's 7.5, 8, hit a bit, I'm a bit, internet, you're out, 7.5, 8, 800, hit a bit, 800, 7, now 8 a bit, I'm 8 a bit, and now half, 8.5, and now 9,
I'm back, we're out again.
You're out again, internet, 8.5, 9, hit 9, hit a bit, 9 a bit, I'm 9 a bit, now 9 a bit, I'm 8 and now 9 a bit, now half, 9 and a half, hit 9, 950, hit a bit, 9 a bit, now 9 and a half, hit a bit, 9 and a half, 9 and a half, hit a bit, 9 and a half, I sold it on the net, 900.
30019. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
I'm going east.
Yep, number 44 video is up. This is a 4-year-old gelding standing 55 inches tall, one hand broke, handy to have around, and he rides like a big horse. Ridden in the grand entries of the rodeos, trails, ridden in the river, lopes and trots circles. They've carried the flags on him. Easy to catch, tie, loads, hauls. He would make a cowboy or a cowgirl a nice pony.
Fancy little buckskin horse right there, guys. 2,500, 27.5. It's 2,500 now, 7.5. 500 now, 7.5. 2,500 now, 7.5. So he'll ride off leg pressures and all. 2,500, 27.5. 500 now, 7.5. It's 27.5. 500 now, 7.5. 25 now, 7.5. I'm 25, 7.5. 25 now, 6. I'm 6. It's 26. 25 now, 6. I'm 5 now, 6. I'm 25 now, 6. 25 now, 7. Now 8.
Jed, we're out.
28. It's 28. 7 now, 8. 28, 28, 27 now, 27 now, 8, I'm 20 now, 9,
Jody didn't make it. You're both out online.
You're all out. 3,000, 29 now, 3. There is a cute little buckskin horse right there. 29, 3,000. 3,000 now, 1. 31, 3, now 1. Now 2.
Internet's out.
32, internet 31 now 2. 31 now 2. 31 now 2. 32. Said he'll work all day on the ranch.
2.
Now 3, 33, hit a bit, 2 to the bit, now 3 to the bit, I'm 32, now 3 to the bit, 32, now 3 to the bit, I'm 2 to the bit, now 3 to the bit, 33 to the bit, 2 to the bit, now 3 to the bit, I'm 3. Now 4.
Jed, you're out. Jody's in. Jed's out.
34, I'm 33, now 4 to the bit, I'm 33, now 4, I'm 4 to the bit, I'm 4. Yep, 34, I'm 30 to the bit, now 4 to the bit, 33, now 4 to the bit, I'm 34 to the bit, 3 to the bit, now 4 to the bit,
Yep, Jody, you're out.
35, 34, 5. I'm 5 to the bit, 34 to the bit, now 5 to the bit, 35. I'm 34 and 5 and 5 to the bit, I'm 5 to the bit, 34 to the bit, now 5 to the bit, now 6. Yep, 36.
Jed, you're out again.
I'm 36, 5 to the bit, now 6 to the bit, I'm going to just watch him ride around there. There's a broke little horse.
He is cute.
35, 6, 6 to the bit, 36 here. I'm 5 to the bit, now 6 to the bit, I'm 36. I have 35, 6. Sold him 3,500 on the net.
You got him, Jody. 30013. 30013. Jody. Sorry, Jed, you came in just a tick late there. Guys, I hate to miss you. Try to get your bids in quick as you can. 1 second.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy. Nope, she texted. They're gone. What's that? Thank you. Hip number 45 is a 13-year-old little mare. She is 33 inches tall, easy to catch, super gentle, handled daily. She should have a tiny colored up baby the end of the summer by a world champion stallion.
7.5, 8.5, 7.5, 8.5, 9.5, 9.5. You're all out now. 8.5, 9.5. My way, 8.5, 9. Now half, 9.5, 900, 9.5, 9.5. Now 10, now half.
We're out, Cynthia.
10, 10.5, here now 11, 11, now half.
That's out.
11, 11, now 11.5. Internet now half. I'm on bid you. I'm on 11.5.
I got half. I got half.
Now 12, 11.5. Now 12, 11.5. 12. Hit 12, 12. I'm on 11.5. 12. I'm 11. Now 12. 11.5. 12. Sold her on the internet. 11.50.
30035.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
This is a 10-year-old pony mare. She was ridden when she was younger. She's been a brood mare the last few years.
500, 600. I'm 600, 700. There's a pretty pony. 600, 700 now. 800, 800 now. 900.
That's out.
800, 900. Internet. 800 now. 900. 800, 900. 8.5. 800 now. Half. 800 now. Half. 800 now. 9. 3, 9. 9. Eight now half.
Donna, you're out.
I'm 9 to 10, 9.5. Sold a pony 900.
Cynthia, 30035, 30035. Oh, over here, it's driving me crazy. Sorry. I'm sorry, 50. Hip number 50 is Sissy. She's a 3-year-old POA filly, sound in every way, had about 60 days of training. She's roped the hot heels, stuff like that, got a good handle and no buck.
Hey, there's a shaky little mare now. Said he's break weight about 5 calves on her. She's 100% sound in every way, guys. There's a pretty pony. $1,000, 12 and a half. Hit it at a time, now 12 and a half. Hit that now 12 and a half. Hit it at a time, now 12 and a half. Hit it at a time, 1,100. Hit it at a time, now half. Hit that $1,100. Hit it at a time, now 12. Hit it at a 12. Hit it at a now 12. Hit it at a 12, now 1,300. Hit 13. Hit it at a 12, now 13. Hit it at a 12, now 1,300. Internet, you ain't paying attention here. There's a fancy pony.
Yep.
Now 1,400. Now 1,400. Now 1,500.
Jody, we're out.
1,500. 1,500 here. Here's
Yep.
now 16.
Cynthia didn't. Yep.
Now 17.
Jed's in the lead. Everyone else is out.
17. 17. 1700. Hit 1,700.
Cynthia, yep.
1,800.
Jody's in the lead.
1,800. I'm 1,700 now. 1,800. 1,800. 1,700 now. 1,800. One of you's out on the internet.
Two of them are out.
Two of you's out on the internet. Don't miss this pony. 1,800. 1,900. 1,900. 1,900.
18. Jed, you didn't make it. Cynthia beat you. Yep.
Now 2. 1,900 now.
I'm with Jed.
Jed's in the lead. 1,900 now 2. 1,900 now 2. $10 here. 1,900 now 2. $10 here. I have 1,900 now 2. Sold a pony on the internet, 1,900.
Jed, you're the winner. 30025, 30025 buys.
Did any more on the internet?
48. Horse coming from Bristol over there with that big sorrel horse you sold.
Come right with that big sorrel horse we sold earlier, guys.
Old man dropped him off there empty, said milk and chick, and it rained.
There's a big pretty horse right there now.
Come on, 17.
17 and a half, $2,000. Hit it at 17 and a half, 2. Hit 17 and a half, down 2. Hit it at $2,000. Hit it at 17 and a half, now $2,000. Hit it at 17 and a half, now 2. Hit 2,000. Hit it at 18 and a half. Hit it at 18 and a half. Hit it at 17 and a half, now 18 and a half. I'm 18 and a half. Hit it at 18 and a half. Hit it at 17 and a half, now 18 and a half. Hit it at 18 and a half here. 18 and a half. Hit it at 18 and a half. He's got that cowboy walk to him now. 2,000. Hit it at 2,000. Hit $2,000. Hit it at 2,000. 18 and a half, 19 and a half, 18 and a half, 19 and a half, 19 and a half. Watch that horse go now. You can tell that horse been used outside. He's got a cowboy walk to him. Now 2,000 and a half. 2,000 and a half, 1 and a half. 21 and a half. 1 and a half, 2 and a half. 22 and a half. Now 3 and a half. 3 and a half. 22 and a half. 3 and a half. 3 and a half. 2 and a half. 3 and a half. 23 and a half. I'm 22 and a half. 3 and a half. 23 and a half. Here I have. Sold the horse 22.50.
You missed on one. What happened?
I dropped the ball. Slipping. I'm getting old, Ed. Getting old.
22.50.
51, Brady.
This is a 3-year-old filly, was ridden extensively in the mountains last summer, guiding on the Dude Ranch. Turned out all winter, ready to go back to riding. Would make someone a great spring project.
500, 600, 600, 600, 500, 600, 600 here. Hit 500, 600, 700, hit 600, 700, I'm 600 now, 700. 600 now, 700 now, but I'm 600 now, half, 600 now, half. I'm 600 now, half, 600 now, half, 600 now, half, 600 now, half. It's 600 now, half, 600 now, 600 half, 600 now, 600 half, 660, 600 now, 600 half. Sold the horse 600, put it on number 5401.
I got a couple more minis that should be coming in here pretty quick. Definitely not needing to duck their heads. So. Hip number 52 is Lily, and her video is up. You should definitely take a look at that. She is a darling 13 3-hand mare. A cool little trail horse, will maneuver through whatever you point her at. She scoots up and down the hills without blinking an eye, crosses the water. They've taken her to the Fort Worth stockyards to ride around. The crowds, the noise, and the confusion are no problem. She's great to gather and pen your cows. You can ride her in the alleyways to load the trucks. You can send one of the older kids out on her to prowl the pastures looking for strays, or send granddad out on her to check fences. She's the perfect size for a youth or a smaller adult. Sane, sound, kind, at a young age, got her whole life ahead of her, and does all the things you expect her to do.
So this Tony be 100% for absolutely anybody.
Anytime you saddle her, you step on her and ride her off. She's sound. You'll almost everybody shake her.
So every time you saddle her, that you can step on her and ride her right out of her tracks, and she's safe, gentle, and sound.
How old is she?
How old was she?
4 years old.
4-year-old internet, 4-year-old.
1,400, 1,500. There's a good little mile right there. 16, 17, 18, 1800. I'm 1,700 now, 1,800, 1,700 now, 1,800, 18 now, 19, 1,900 now, 1,900. Internet, you're paying attention here. There's a broke little mile. 1,800, 1,900. Yes, sir. 18, 19, 1900, 1800 now, 1900, 1800 now, 1900 now, but about 1900, 1900, 1800 now, 1900, 1800 now, 1900, 1800 now, 1900, 1900, 1800 but about 1900, 1800 now, 1900, 1900, 1800 now, 1900, but about 1900, 1800 now, 1900, 1900, y'all in, y'all done, 1800 now, 1900. Right up. Sold them our 1,800, put it on 99.24.
Shit.
53.
53 is the one to get.
Okay. Ruguti is a 2008 model quarter mare. She is by Agouti, a great son of Corona Cartel. Agouti is out of a daughter of Dash for Cash. Her dam's a known daughter of This Snow is Royal, who is an outstanding son of Chicks Beduino. She is a 2008 model mare. She is a multiple race winner, earner of 22,502 on the track. A very nice mare, easy keeper. She's got one colt that is currently racing and has had a filly as well. Open right now, only offered because they are downsizing. Very nice to ride, very broke. Again, by the great Corona Cartel son, grade 1 stake sire Agouti, out of a daughter of This Snow is Royal.
$1,000, 1,100. $1100 here. $1100 now, 1,100 here. $1100 now, 12. 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 $1100 now, 1,200. $1100 now, 12. I'm now 13. $1100 now, 13. $1100 now, 1,400. Young man, we're out 1,400. $1,400 now, 1,500. $1100 now, 1,600. $1100 1,600 here. $15, 16. $1100 now, 1,500. Now 1,600, half, now 16, now half.
He said she's good broke to ride, very gentle, anybody can ride.
So it might be good broke to ride, gentle, anybody can ride her.
And she's really, really, really running
16
bread.
and a half, young man. Now 17. Now half. 17 and a half. 17 and a half. Now 18. Now half. 18 and a half. Now 19. 19. 18 and a half. Now 1900. 1900. 18 and a half. Now 1900. 18 and a half. 1900. 18 and a half. Young lady, you're out. 18 and a half, 1900. You're at 1900, 18 and a half now, 1900. You're out. Sold her 1850. What's your number, young man?
562.
562.
I don't have notes on 55.
Horse comes from over there at El Reno, guys. Shod, 4 years old. They check pastures all spring on it. 700, 800, 700 now, 800, 700 now, 700 now, hit 700, 800, 700 now, 700 now, 700 now, hit 700 now, 700 now, 800 now, I'm 700, 700 now, 800, 700 now, hit 700 now, 700 now, pretty good little 4-year-old horse, 700 now half. Good, 700 now half.
Yep.
Now he did a little bit, 7 high now, he did a bit, number of hay. Good, 7 half, he did a little bit, 7 high now, he did a bit, number of now half, and a little bit, now half. I got him, a little bit, now half, a little bit, now 8 and a half, a little bit, internet's out, 800 now, 8 and a half, 800, 8 and a half, a little bit, now half, a little bit, now 8 and a half, a little bit, now 8 and a half, high half, 850. Sold him 800 right out there. 29.29.
Where are the other 2 minis of Danielle's? Okay, are you calling to find out? Okay. This is Pedro, and he is an 8-year-old ranch gelding standing 15-1, and he is absolutely sound.
That big pretty round horse right there. $1,000, 12 and a half. $1,000 now, 12 and a half. And a pretty round horse. $1,000 now, 12 and a half. $1,000 now, 12 and a half. $1,000 now, 12 and a half.
Yeah.
Now 1,500. $1,000 now, 17 and a half. $1,000 now, 17 and a half. I'm $1,500 now, 17 and a half. $1,000 now, 2. $2,000 now, 17 and a half. 2. Yep, 17 and a half now, 2. $2,000 today, 17 and a half now, 2. Yep, $2,000 $17 and a half now, 2,000 18 and a half. $18 and a half here. 18 and a half. 17 and a half now, 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 17 and a half now, 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 17 and a half now, 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 17 and a half now, 18 and a half, here I have, 18 and a half, 17 and a half, 18 and a half, I sold him on the internet, 1750.
30008. 30008.
They're supposed to be coming. I was thinking.
Okay, all right. That's because great minds think alike, Damon. Thank you. This is JoJo, the cutest little guy ever. He is another one that came out of that herd dispersal. We had one of those in way early in the sale. He was broke to ride, but turned out for 2 years. He's a little different weave of the rug. He is a 13-hand gypsy cross pony. Lots of feathers, lots of mane and tail. A great project pony right here.
800, there's a fancy pony, $1,000, hit it at 900, now $1,000, hit it at 900, now $1,000, and now 1,100, hit it at now 1,100, now 1,100, now 1,100, hit the internet, pay attention here, $1,000, 1,100, gypsy cross, hit it at $1,000, now 1,100, hit $1,000, now 1,100, now 1,100, hit it at $1,000, now 1,100, hit $1,000, 1,100, hit it at $1,100, 1,100. Now 12, 11, 12, 11, 12, 11, 12, 11, now 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 12, 11 Yep, 12, 12, now 13, 1300, and now 1400.
Donna, we're out.
1400, 1300. This pony is your kind, young lady, if you're listening to me on the internet. 1,300, 1,400, 1,400, 1,400, 1,400, yep, 1,400, 1,300 now, 1,400, 1,400, 1,400, 13 now, half, 13 and a half, 1,300, 13 and a half,
Yeah.
now 1,400.
Jed, you didn't make it. Donna beat you.
1,400, 13 and a half, now 1,400, yep, 1,400, 1,400, 13 and a half, now 1,400, 1,400, right, half. Sold the pony 13.50.
You got him, Donna. 30019. 30019. Jed, I'm so sorry. Clicked in just a tick too late there, bud. So sorry.
Here we go.
Minnie?
46.
Thank you. We have number 46 is a 7-year-old little mare. She is 31 inches tall, super gentle, in your pocket, easy to catch and handle. She should be bred. She's been running with a stallion since last June.
She is tiny. 600, 700, 800, 800 now, 900.
She's so little.
She won't look very high with a little bitty package running beside her. 800, 900, and a half, 900, 8 now, 900 now, half, 900 now, half, 9 and a half, 9 now, 9 and a half, 9 and a half, 10 now, half, 10 and a half, and now 11, 11, 10 and a half, now 11, 10 and a half, 1100, 1050, 1100, sold her 1050. Number, young lady. 19,726. 19,726.
The stinking cutest mini stallion in town. Smart, kind, easy to handle. He'll go over the jumps. You can hand breed with him. He can be ridden, but he is only 30 inches tall. Make a fantastic little breeding stallion or 4-H horse.
What's Randy Ray?
350, 400. The true version of a mini.
Mini.
350, 400. I got him. 350 now.
Yep.
And now half. Now 5.
You're all out online.
Yep. Now half. Now 6.
We're out.
Yep. 5 and a half, 6.
Yep.
Now half. Now half. Yep. 600 now half. Now 7.
That's
It's
out.
700. A month and a half. Now 700 internet. You're out. 700. It's 7. It's 700. Now 700 here. I'm 700. I'm 6 and a half. 700. 700 here. I have. Sold him 650. Same way. 19,726.
He's 4 years old, Ed, and there's a video, but I don't have any footnotes.
4 years
Look
old.
for Marty.
Video.
There's Miss Marty. Yep.
Michael rode him down the rivers. We've been snuffing colts to him in my house. I snuffed it up and pushed to him a month ago. He blew up, climbed all over him, knocked him to his knees. He got up and drug her. He's just not seen this many people in his life.
He just come right down the
He just come from right down the road,
He got
man.
trouble.
He'd be broke.
And he's saying,
And he's sound. And he's a line back done. $2,000, 22 and a half. We have 2,000 now, 2 and a half. 2,000 now, 2 and a half. 2,000 now, 2 and a half. I'm 2,000 now, 2 and a half. 21. 2,000 now, 1 and a bit. I'm 1. I'm 2,000 now, 1. 2,000 now, 1 and a bit. I'm 2,000 now, 1. I'm 2,000 now, 1. 4 years old, $2,000 now one. Hit 21, $2,000 now one, $2,000 now one, $2,000 now one. I'm $2,000 now one, $2,000 21, $2,000 now one, $2,000 now one, $2,000 21. I'm $2,000 now one, $2,000 21, $2,000 now one. Hit 21, They've used him in the river. They've drugged bucking horses. They've drugged them thoroughbred colts on him. They ponied racehorses on him. $2,000 21. Hit $2,000 now one, $2,000 number one, $2,000 one, $2,000 21, $2,000 sold him 2,000. Is that 18,569?
His video is up, and you should definitely take a look. This is Freckles, and he has been his go-to mount for the last 5 or 6 months. Lope is just as pretty as you please, drag his butt like he's supposed to, and he wants to turn around. He's had cattle doctored in the pasture as well as seen the trails, and he is a good all-around ride. He's had steers roped on him out of the box too, 100% sound and sane, 14 2 hands. Watch that video.
He wasn't ever supposed to be here, but my grandma died, and I have to go to her funeral next Wednesday.
Yep.
Did we sound every day of the week? I would have took him and had shoes put on him, but I just didn't have time.
Yeah, he was going to bring him to Cuba, but he can't because of the funeral.
We sound every day of the week, and I promise you, he's been my horse the last 6 months.
Nice horse right there. That's 4,500. 2,500, $3,000. Hit it at 2,500. Now 7.5. Hit it at 27.5. I'm 2,500, 7.5. Hit it at 2,500. Now 7.5. Hit it at 5. Now 7.5. Hit 27.5. Hit it at 5. Now 7.5. Hit it at 7.5. I'm 25, 7.5. Hit it at 27.5. Hit it at 5. Hit it at 7.5. Hit 25, 6.
7.5.
Now 3. I'm going to 27.5, 3.
Riding in my barn. He's a little nervous today, and I'm going a million miles an hour too. But I promise you, get him home.
3.
Short open the palm of your hand.
Mario, I'm with you. Jody, you're out.
$3,000, 32.5. Hit it at 3,000 now 2.5, and now 5.
Now everyone's out online.
32.5. 5. 32.5. Now 5. 35. There's a fancy little horse. 32.5, and then I promise you,
5.
Now 7.5. 37.5. Now 4.
We're out
now
again, guys.
Hit it at 37.5. Hit it at 4,000. Hit it at 37.5. $4,000. I'll take 38.5. Internet.
Yep. 8.5.
Now 9.5. 38.5. Now 9.5. Now 40,000.
We're out again.
39.5. 4,000. Hit it at 4,000. Hit it at 4,000. Hit 4,000. Hit it at 4,000. Hit it at 4,000. Hit 4,000. I gotta admit, I got 3,900 internet. I'll take $4,000. $4,000. Hit it at 39 now. 4. Hit $4,000. Hit it at 39 now. 4.
9.5.
9.5. Now 4,000. 39.5. 4,000. Hit 39.5. $4,000. Hit it at 4,000. Hit it at 39.5. Now $4,000. I have sold him on the internet. 30. I got you a good man by the hand. What do you want for him? Said it takes 4,500 internet.
Guys, it takes 4,500. He won't take less. Mario, you had the last bid, so I took you out. If you want him for 45, you can click in, but otherwise I have to no sale him. So sorry, I'll give you just a second.
Wait, that was 14 years old.
Horse will be 14 years old.
Come right over here, Kingfisher.
Come right over there at Kingfisher, guys.
She went down the man yesterday, called here when somebody come get him. Tried him, said he's a head horse, a good head horse.
Said he'll be a finished head horse, guys. Bob, he called here yesterday. Asked if somebody could come pick this horse up for him because he had no way to get him here. Bobby went and got him.
Now listen to me. He said if you run 50 or 60 on him, he might be a little sore, but not in. What he told me on the phone, he said he just rode him, he's fine.
Said if you run 50 or 60 on him, guys, he might get a little sore, but he's no envelope by no means.
Said you can call him to take him roping tonight if you want to.
Said you can take him to the roping tonight if you want to. And Bobby said this horse will be really, really gentle.
27.5.
27 and a half, $3,000. Hit it at the 27 and a half, 3. Hit 27 and a half, $3,000. Hit it at the 7 and a half, now 3. Hit it at the 27 and a half, 3. Hit 27 and a half, now 3. Hit it at the 3, down to the down, minimum 27 and a half, now 3. Hit 28 and a half, hit it at the 7 and a half, now 8 and a half. Hit it at the 7 and a half, 8 now 9 and a half. Hit it now 3,000 and a half, hit it at the 3,000 and a half. Hit 3,000 and a half, hit it at the 9 and a half. 3,000 and a half, hit it at the 3,000 and a half. Hit 3,000 and a half, hit it at the 29 and a half. 3,000 and a half.
Yeah.
1 and a half, hit it at the 31 and a half. Hit it at the 3,000 and a half, 1 and a half, 2 and a half.
We're out,
And now
Mario.
3 and a half, hit it at the 4 and a half. Hit it at the 34 and a half. 34 and a half. Yes, ma'am.
Yep. Mario, I'm with you.
Said this horse be respectful on the ground. Don't matter if you're young or old, you'll get along with him, and you're all out. I'm on the internet for 34 and a half, 5 and a half, 35 and a half, 6 and a half.
Well, that didn't last. We're out again.
37 and a half. It's 6 and a half, 7 and a half. 37. Now 8 and a half. 37 and a half, 8 and a half. It's 38 and a half. There's a nice buckskin horse. Now 9 and a half. 39 and a half. I'm 38 and a half, 9 and a half.
Yeah.
Now 4,000 and a half. 4,000 and a half. You're now 1 and a half.
I'm back. We're out again.
2 and a half, 42 and a half, 41 and a half, 2 and a half, 42 and a half, 1 and a half, 2 and a half, 3 and a half, 43 and a half, 42 and a half, 3 and a half. Mario, you're out on the internet. 43 and a half, 42 and a half, 3 and a half, 4 and a half, 44 and a half, 4 and a half, 44 and a half. You're all out. I'm on the internet. 43 and a half, 4 and a half, 44 and a half, and now 5 and a half.
We're out again.
45 and a half, 45 and a half, internet. 44 and a half, 5 and a half, 45 and a half, 40. Don't miss that horse. 45 and a half, 4 and a half, now 5 and a half, and now 6 and a half, 46 and a half. Dwight, you're out again. 46 and a half, 5 and a half, now 6 and a half, 45 and a half, now 6 and a half. Here I have. Now 7 and a half.
Almost. We're out again, Mario.
47 and a half, 46 and a half, now 7 and a half. He'll be broker 99.9% of them.
6 and a half is where you're at.
Now 7 and a half, 46 and a half, now 7 and a half, 47 and a half. Mario, we're going to go. You want back in? 47 and a half,
yes, we do.
48 and a half, young man. 48 and a half, 48 and a half, 7 and a half, now 8 and a half, now 9 and a half, 49 and a half.
I'm back,
49
Mario.
and a half, 8 and a half, Mario, we're out. 8 and a half,
He's
9 and a half. Yep, 49 and a half, broke. 48 and a half, 9 and a half, 5,000 and a half, 5,000 and a half. 5,000 and a half, 1 and a half, 51 and a half, Mario, 51 and a half. Yep, 51 and a half, 5,000 and a half, 1 and a half, Mario, we're out again. 51 and a half, 5,000 and a half, 1 and a half, 5,000 and a half, now 1 and a half, 51 and a half.
Yep.
Stand to get on, stand to get off.
1 and a half.
Now 2 and a half, 52 and a half, 51 and a half, 2 and a half, 51 and a half, now 2 and a half, 51 and a half, now 2 and a half, 51 and a half, now 2 and a half. I have sold him on the internet, 51.50.
You got him, Mario. 30016. 30016.
Where'd you go?
He's going to stay here, I believe. Yeah, he lives here. Spencer.
Spencer.
Hip number 60 is Davy. He is a 13-hand Palomino pony. Got all the shape and look. Was broke to ride, but turned out for 2 years. Again, part of that herd dispersal. Another great project to spend the summer with.
There's a fancy, shapy, yellow pony right there. 12 and a half, 1,500, 17 and a half, $2,000, 2 and a half, 7 and a half, 5, 25. I'm 22 and a half, 5, 2 and a half, now 5, 2 and a half, now 5, 3 and a half. 23 and a half, 2 and a half, now 3 and a half, 23 and a half. I'm 22 and a half, 3 and a half, 3 and a half here. There's pony make a lot of money right there. 22 and a half, 23 and a half, hit 3 and a half, 22 and a half, 3 and a half, 4 and a half, 24 and a half, 3 and a half, 4 and a half, 4 and a half, 23 and a half, 4 and a half, 4 and a half, 3 and a half, now 4 and a half, 24 and a half. I'm 23 and a half, 4 and a half, 4 and a half, 5 and a half, now 6 and a half, 26 and a half, 25 and a half, 6 and a half, 6 and a half, 5 and a half, now 6 and a half. I have sold him 25.50.
43.76.
Pretty bony.
Super cute. Facebook. Jump in the comments and let me know where you're watching from. YouTube, you guys too. I'd love to know where you're watching from today.
61.
Oh, watch that video. This is Foxy. 15 years old and 16 two hands and a draft cross mare. She's husband safe. She won't spill your beer trail riding. Flashy enough to catch everyone's attention. Safe enough for anyone to ride. And she is some kind of a pretty mover. You watch that video. I'd never put a Western saddle on her.
Right here. 8 and a half, 9 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 and a half,
That's out.
And now 11 and a half, young man, we're out over there. 11 and a half, and now 12 and a half, and now 13 and a half, 13 and a half, and now 14 and a half, 15 and a half, and now 16 and a half, and now 17 and a half, 17 and a half, and now 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 17 and a half, now 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 17 and a half, now 18 and a half here.
We're on the wrong side of the big river for one like this, but now I'm telling you, that is a big, talented mare right there.
17 and a half, 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 17 and a half, now 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 17 and a half, now 18 and a half, I have sold a mire 17, 15, 19, 135.
$62.
11 years old. Broke to ride and broke to drive.
She's waxed up. She's supposed to be bred to one without pushing studs, but I got tired of waiting on the baby, so that's why she's
Said she's supposed to be bred to a little leopard after stud. She's starting to wax up.
I mean, she's supposed to have it any day, but I just got tired of waiting.
600, 700, 600 now, 700 now, but I'm on now, 700 now, 8, 700 now, 8, 700 now, 9, 10, what will she look like with a little leopard after baby running beside her? And she's blue roan, 900, 1000, 1000, 1000, 900 now, 10, 10 now, 900 now, 10, 900 now, 10. 19, I have sold her 900. Put it on number 2929.
His video's up, Ed, and he's 3 years old, Miss Marty.
He's 3 years old and the video is up. Said this horse will be green broke. Had 30 days rag. Had 90 days of ground work. Marty said he'll be gentle, he just needs a job. 12 and a half, 1500. 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 12 and a half, now 13 and a half. 13 and a half. 12 and a half, now 13 and a half. 13 and a half. 12 and a half, 13 and a half. I'm 13 and a half. 12 and a half, now 13 and a half. 13 and a half. 12 and a half, I'm gone. 12 and a half, 13 and a half. 12 and a half, now 13 and a half. 14 and a half. 14 and a half. 14 and a half. 14, you're out, Rusty, now 15 and a half. 15 and a half, 16 and a half, 16 and a half, 16 and a half here. 15 and a half, 16 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 and a half. I'm 15 and a half, 17 and a half, 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 17 and a half, now 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 17 and a half, now 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 17 and a half, now 18 and a half. I have sold it 17. 50, 19, 957.
Titles here.
Got the title and all.
Titled Mustang. Sure don't.
I bet that old horse broke the ride. 600, 700, 600 now, 700 now, but a bunch of better now, half, 600 now, half.
He broke the ride, he'll go anywhere. Been in the mountains everywhere. He got a little booger he wants to try.
Dwight.
Broke the ride.
Broke the ride, 600, half, now 700 now, half, 700 now, half. It's $700 now, half, 700 now, half, 700 now, half, 700 now, 7 half. It's $700 now, half, 700 now, half, 700 now, 7 half. I'm 700, 7 half, 700 now, 7 half, 700 now, 7 half. Sold in 700, put him on 33.19.
All the way in there. Lot 65.
I don't have any notes here.
What do you got here, young man?
He's about 9-year-old.
9 years old. They've used him to move cattle. Tony horses on him. Said he'll be a good riding horse now. 9 years old. They're a big, pretty horse. 1,600, 1,700, 1,800, 1,900, $2,000. Now 1, now 2, 22, 21, 2, 21, 2, 21, now 2, 21, now 2, 21, now 2, now 2, now 3, now 4, now 5, now 6, now 7, 27. I'm 2,600 now, 700. There's a broke horse right there. 2,600, 7. Yep, 2,600 now, 700 here. 700 now, 700 now, 7. I'm 2,600 now, 700 here. 700 now, 700 I'm 2,600 now, 7. Yep, 27. 26, 27, sold him 2,600, pretty much 18,569.
Sounds like it.
Lot 66.
This is going to be a 9-year-old mare, about 14.3 hands. She's been used as a barrel and play day horse for the last 3 to 4 years. Never colicked, never been sick. She doesn't spook. You can crawl under her, carry flags on her. She is a good jumper. Very even-minded. Bades, no buck, nothing stupid. Has been to the OSRCA finals twice.
Hey, I watched that young lady out there when we was on break. She was giving a little girl a ride on that thing. There's a pretty good little pink mare right there, guys.
Good mare right there, 17.5.
17 and a half, $2,000. Hit it 17 and a half down 2. Hit 17 and a half down 2. Hit it 2,000 here. 18 and a half. Hit it 17 and a half now. 18 and a half. 18 and a half, 17 and a half now, 18 and a half now, 19 and a half, 19 and a half here, 2,000 and a half, 1 and a half now, 2 and a half, 3 and a half, 4 and a half, 5 and a half, 6 and a half. You're at 26 and a half. Did you hit it now? 7 and a half, hit it 27 and a half. You're at 27 and a half, hit it 8 and a half, hit it 28 and a half. You're at 7 and a half, 8 and a half, hit it 27 and a half now, 8 and a half, hit it 28 and a half. I'm 27 and a half, 8 and a half, hit it 28 and a half, hit it 7 and a half now, 8 and a half, hit it 28 and a half. 27 and a half, 8 and a half, hit it 7 and a half now, 8 and a half, hit it 28 and a half, hit it 7 and a half now, 8 and a half. 28 and a half, hit it 7 and a half, 8 and a half, high. Sold a little mare, 27.50, put it on 19,947.
Bump, bump, bump.
Bump, bump. 68. This will be a yearling filly. She is not registered, but she is microchipped.
Great.
$300, $400, hit it now, fold it now, fold it now, 3 and a half, hit it now, 3 and a half, and now 4, I'm at 350 now, fold it now, fold it 3 now, 4, I'm minimum 4. I'm 350 now, 4, I'm minimum 4, 3 now, 4, and now 4, I'm minimum 75, 4. I got 375, 400, young man, 400 here. Hit 4, hit 75 now, 4, you want back in? 375, 4, I have sold her 375. Oh, you got it. 18,874.
This will be a 13-year-old mare. She is broke to ride, but she has been turned out for a little bit.
4 1/4, 4 1/2. 4 1/4, 4 1/2, 4 1/4 now, half, 4 1/4 now, half, 4 1/4 now, half. I'm 4 1/4, 4 1/2, 4 1/4 now, half, 4 1/4 now, half, 4 1/4 now, half. Hit 4 1/4, 4 1/2, now 75, 75 now, 5.
And that's out.
5, 75 now, 5, 75 now, 5, 75 now, 5, 4, 75, 5, 500, 75 now, 5, sold her 475. Cactus.
I don't have anything. Oh, sorry, Ed.
Horse will be about 15 years old. Said he's a very good pony horse. Said he rides real good. And he knows how to work cattle. Big square made paint gelding right there.
He rode them in here, rode them all day. They together cattle, check cattle, people be a good horse right there.
1,600, 1,700, 1,700, 1700, now 18, 19, 19, now 2,000, now 1, 21. I'm 2,000, now 1, 21, 2,000, now 1, 21. Hit 2,000, now 1, 21, 2,000, now 1, 21. Hit 2,000, now 1, 21, now 1.
Yeah.
Said he rode this horse here and ponied the other horse with him.
To get here.
21, 2. 22, 3, hit 23, hit now 4, minimum 5, 25, now 6, 26, hit 26, 5, now 6, Aaron, you're out, 26, you want back in, 25, now 6, hit 26, 5.
Hey, Billy, catch that horse wherever you find it and get on it and go do it.
You know how to rope, you can make the money back real quick.
Good to rope off of 25, 2,600. Hit it, 600 down, but about 500 down, 600 down, but about 25 down, 600 down, but about 500 down, 600 here I have 2,600. Somebody 2,500. $20,050. $20,050.
Who's in front of me? $70 what? 1? Oh. I need everyone to come this way.
Guys, if you're standing in front of that camera, Dwight. Otherwise, the redhead's coming down there. He's 3 years old. Said he just got too tall.
He is big and handsome.
27 and a half, $3,000. Hit 27 and a half, 3. Hit it at 27 and a half, now $3,000. Hit it at 7 and a half, now $3,000. Hit it at 27 and a half, 8 and a half. Hit 28 and a half. Hit it at 7 and a half, now 8 and a half. Hit it at 28 and a half. Hit it at 7 and a half, now 8 and a half. Hit it at 7 and a half, 8 and a half. Hit 28 and a half. Hit it at 7 and a half, now 8 and a half. Hit it at 28 and a half. Hit it at 7 and a half, now 8 and a half. Hit 28 and a half. Hit it at 7 and a half, 8 and a half. Hit it at 28 and a half. Hit 28 and a half. Hit it at 7 and a half, now 8 and a half. Hit it at 27 and a half. Hit it at 8 and a half. Hit it at 7 and a half, now 8 and a half. I'm 28 and a half. Hit it at 7 and a half, now 8 and a half. Hit it at 27 and a half, now 8 and a half. I have 27 and a half, 8 and a half. Sold the horse 27.50. Takes at least 3,000. Cactus.
The next one should be the itty bitty Jenny, and I believe itty bitty Jenny should be. Oh, it's the big one. Okay.
So that big Jenny
Jenny.
there.
Her feet are pretty tough, guys.
150, we're at 75, 175, 151, 175, 150, 150, now 2 to the end, a quarter, you're out over here, $200, 2 and a quarter, now, half, half. Now 75, young man, 275, 250, 75, 3. It's 75, now 3, 75, now 3, half. Sold her 275, put her on number 2053, is that right? 2053.
20053.
2053. Get out of here, Maybell. So this next one's going to have a baby at any moment.
She's so little.
She's tiny now. There's
So
a
little.
bitty Jenny going to have you a baby. $1,000, 1,100. Where Christy goes out to 1,100. You want in? Now 12. Yep, 1,200, 1,300. Now 1,300. Yep, now 1,400. Now 1,500. Now 1,600. Now 1,600. How you get along, Rusty? 15, 16. 1,500. Yep, 1,500. Now 1,600. Going into petting zoo. 1,500. Now 1,600. Yep, 1,500. Now 1,600. Now 1,700. Now 1,700. She's tiny now. 1,600. Now 1,700. You ain't gonna get the petter. Does he have your permission? 1,600. Now 1,700. I'm 1,700. Going back in. 1,700. I sold it 1,600. Right up there. Number 19,447.
I have a note.
About time.
This is Ruby. She is a 9-year-old grade mare, a solid 16 hands. She has great ground manners, gentle on the ground, stands tied, picks up her feet, bathes, loads and unloads, and stalls great. Been ridden outside and on the trails, no spook, kick, or bite. 9 years old.
8 and 9 and a half. 8 9 and a half. 8 9 and a half. 9 and a half. 8 9 and a half. 8 900. I'm on 8 and a half. 8 900. Now half. 9 now half. 8 900 now half. 9 half. I'm 9 9 15. But I'm 9 and a half. 9 and a half. Sold it on the internet, 900.
30019. Southbound.
Gone south. We ain't sold 77 yet, have we? Have we sold 77?
Nothing.
Hey, 76, 80 buckskin.
Hey, Roger.
11 years old, there's a pretty buckskin mare right there. $1,000, 12 and a half. $1,000 now, 12 and a half. $1,000 now, 12 and a half. $1,000 now, 1,100. $1,000 now, 1,100. $1,100. I'm $1,000 now, 12. 1,300, young lady. 1,300. 1,400 half, and now 14. 13 and a half, now 1,400. 1,400 now, half, and now 1,500. 15, 1500, 15, sir, 1500 now, half, 1500 now, half. I'm $1,500 now, half, 15 and a half. Ma'am, you want back in 15 and a half, 15 and a half. I'm $1,500 now, half, 15 and a half. I have sold her 1,500. That number is 20,015.
I got one more for you.
77.
I don't have anything.
Yep. Ernie.
You know anything about it?
10 years old. Been used rodeo off of and roped off of. They steer tricked off of me. Neck ring broke, kid broke it. Said he'll know his job when he gets to the arena. 2022 and a half. Hit $2,000 now, 2 and a half. 2,000 now, 2 and a half. 2,000 now, 2 and a half. I'm 2,000 now, 2 and a half. 22 and a half. 2,000 now, 2 and a half. 2,000 now, 2 and a half. Yep, 2,000 now, 2 and a half. 22 and a half. 2,000 now, 2 and a half. 2,000 now, 2 and a half. I'm 2,000 now, 2 and a half. 22 and a half. 2,000 now, 2 and a half. 22 and a half. I'm 2,000 now, 2 and a half. 22 and a half. And now 5, 25. And now 7 and a half. Ma'am, 27 and a half. 25. And now 7 and a half. Hit 27 and a half. 27 and a half. 5 and now 7 and a half. Hit 27 and a half. 5 and now 7 and a half. I'm 25, 7 and a half. 25 and now 7 and a half. 5 and now 7 and a half. 27 and a half. Said it takes 4,000 for him while he's here, guys. 4,500.
I'm out of notes.
Anybody talking about that wrong horse?
Gelding?
Boy, $1,000, 1,100. $1,000 now, 1,100. $1,000 now, 1,100. $500 now, 500. $1,000 now, 2. $1,000 now, 1,100. Cute horse, $1,000, 1,100. $1,000 now, 1,100. 4 years old, $1,000, 1,100. $1,000 now, 500. $1,000 now, 1,100. $1,000 now, 1,100. $1,000 now, 500. $1,000 now, 1,100. 11, 12, I'm 1,100 now, 12, 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 13, 1,300, hit 1,300, 1,300 now, 1,400, hit 1,300 now, 1,400, 1,300 now, 1,400. Sold him 1,300, put him on 17,937. So they've been time colts tour now.
Necking donkey here, guys.
350 forward, 350 now forward, but I'm forward a bit, 3, but now forward a bit now, half, a bit forward a bit now, forward a half, a bit forward a bit now, half, a bit forward a bit now, forward a half, here forward 50, a bit forward a bit now, forward a half, a bit forward a bit now, forward a half, a bit forward a bit, forward a half, 6, 4 and a quarter, 4 and a half, 4 and a half. Your man's out down there. 4 and a quarter, 4 and a half. Hit 4 and a half, 4 and a quarter now, half by half, 4 and a quarter. Christy got it. 18,569.
What's the numbers?
Come in here yesterday morning.
7340. Okay.
340.
Okay.
600.
600, 700, here's 600 now, 700 today, 600 now, 700 now, but a month now, half, 600 now, half, it's 600 now, half, 600 now, 600 half, 600 now, half, 600 now, half, I'm 600, half, 600 now, but a month half, 600 now, 600 half, 600 cheeseburger.
You might tell them we're on the list of
Yep, guys, we're going to be getting into the mares and colts and whatnot. They're going to go fast. So if you're bidding online, you want to get your bids in quick, okay?
They packed him and wrote him, guys. Sell it big dog. $400, 4.5. Hit 400 a bid, 4.5. 400 a bid now, half. 400 a bid now, 4.5. 400 a bid now, half. He said, it's Jack or Burrow or Jim. Burrow, big Burrow. 400 quarter. Hit 400 a bid now, 400. Yeah. Been out cutting and everything. $400, 4 1/4. Hit 400 a bid now, 4 1/4. Make a hell of a neck and donkey. 400 a bid now, 4 1/4. Hit 4 1/4. 400 a bid now, 4 now, 4 now, 400 a bid now, 4 1/4 now, 4 1/4 bid now, 4 now, 4 now, 4 1/4 here. 400. Put him on cheeseburger. Looks more like a cheese dumpling to me the way you three acted.
I'm not going back there. I don't want to go back there.
I've been back there. I want to stay up here.
Yeah. Come off the neighbors. 8 years old, ain't been rode about 4 years. Cameron.
He says, I ain't falling for that trick. I've heard about you guys.
I'll bring her back. She's got a little older than an 8-year-old man.
550, 600. We're down. 550, 600. Hit it 5, but now 600. Hit 550 now half. Hit it now 7.
That's out.
700 now 700 now, but I'm on 7. I'm 6.5. 700 now half. Hit it now 8.
That's out.
Minimum heat. 800. Hit it 7 now 8 now half. Hit it 800 now half. 5 now half. And now 9. Hit 9.
That's out. We're on the floor. Yep.
Now half. Hit it 9 half. Now 10.
We're out again, guys. On the floor. Yep.
Now half. Now 11.
That's out.
I'm 10 high, 1100.
Yep.
Now half. I'm at 1100 now half. 1100 now half. 11 to be 11 half. I'm at 11 half. 1100 on the net.
30037.
There's lots of gates that they get them banged up.
Okay. We're just getting everybody jockeyed around out there. Last? I don't, that's a terrible idea. That's a terrible idea. I think we have 3 of these real quick, guys. Stud pony.
$300, 3.5. Hit 3.15. Minimum 3.5 now. 4 now. Half.
That's out.
Half. Now 5. Now half. Minimum 5.5. 5.5. Hit 5.5. There's a cute mini. Hit 5 now. 5.5.
Yep.
6. Hit 6 and now half.
That's out.
Now half. Hit 6. 6.5. Now half. Sold him 633.19.
Hi, Keith. I know the ones tag number. I don't know the new ones.
Hey, there's a buckskin and white one. $300, 3.5. Hit 3 to the bid, 3.5. Hit to the bid, 3 to the now, 3.5. Hit now 4 now, half. Hit to the bid, 4.5 now, 5.
That's out.
5 to the bid, minimum 5. Hit
Yep.
5 now, half. Hit to the bid, 5 to the now, 5 to the half. Hit to the bid, 5 to the now, 5 to the half. Hit to the bid, 5 to the bid, 5 to the half. Hit 5.
Donna didn't make it. I'm with Kristen.
5 to the half. Hit to the bid, 5 to the now, 5 to the half. 5.50. Sold him 500 on the net.
Kristen, 30032.
Saved the best one to last.
What is this?
3 years old. And he's
He's a
already
gelding.
gilded. 500, 5.5, hit it in the 500, 5.5, hit it in the 5.5, 5.5, hit it in the minimum.
Yep.
Now 6, hit it in the you're out down there, 5.5, 6, and now half.
That's out.
Hit it in the now half, hit it in the 6.5. It's 600 now half, hit it in the now half, hit it in the now half, hit it in the now half. 633.19.
You sell Miracle?
There's a tiny one
Little
right there.
man.
4.5. It's 4 now, 4.5, 4 now, 4.5, now 5, now half, 5.5, 5.5, 6, now half, 7. It's 7, now 7, now 7. It's 700, 6.5, 700 half. Sold him 650, put him on 19,135.
Come up for Jimmy Brothers, so they still be good to price.
What's the number?
4904.
600 half, and now half, now 7, now half, now half, and now 8, now half, now half, 8, now half, 8, 50, now 8, now half, here I have 833.19. Come right with me.
Some of these are registered horses. Okay.
600 half, now 7, now half, now
We're getting to those mares and colts in just a minute, guys.
You're out, young man, 7 half, 800, 75. Now 8, now quarter, I'm going to 8 and quarter, I'm going to now 8 and quarter, 8 and quarter, I'm going to now 8 and quarter, now 8 and quarter, I have sold him 800. Dennis wins.
They're just making a little room back there so we can run the mares and colts up without incident. I don't have no for that. Nope. Mare.
3 1/4, 3 1/2. It now 75. 75 now 4. I'm gonna bump over a bit now quarter. I'm gonna bump over 4 1/2. 4 1/2. 4 1/4 now half. It's 4 1/4, 4 1/2. 4 1/4 now half. 4 1/4 now 4 1/2. Half. Now 75. 75. 75. Half. 450 DW. 150, 75, 150, 75, 75, 71, 75, 75, now 2, now quarter, now, minimum 2 and a quarter. 2 and a quarter, now half, minimum 75, 75, 250, 75, 75, here I have 250, number 20,053.
4911.
No, we got papers on that one. The 2002 model mare by Barflies Peppy by Mr. Sand Peppy out of a daughter of Poco Womp by Poco Blunder. 02 model.
700, 7.5, and I'm going 700 now, half, 700 now, half, now, it'll give 8 now, half, 8 and a half, 800 now, half, 800 now, half, 800 now, half, 800 now, half, 8 and a half, 8 and a half, 8 and a half, 833.19.
You got any more papers?
One more on 12 set of paint papers. Yep, that's her. 02 model registered mare by DX Caliber by Super Bear by Bearcat and out of a daughter of Macho Johnny Link by Cheney's Chain Link. 02 model.
550, 600, now, half, quarter, half, you're out behind the door, the white 6 1/4, 6.5, now 75, I'm on the internet, 6.5, 75, 6.5, 75, 75, sold her on the internet, 650.
30019.
We're getting ready to start the mares, the bred mares, the yearlings, and the 2 mares and babies.
7339 is the one that's.
We're selling the mare on the video.
She had the baby
She
yesterday.
had
That's
the baby yesterday morning, guys, so we're going to sell her back through the pen so we ain't getting the baby hurt. And I believe it's a horse colt.
It sucks good. No, sell that mare on the video. 600.
600, half, and now half, 600 now, half, and now half, now 7, minimum 7, 6 and a half, 700, 700 now, minimum 6 and a half, no 700 now, minimum 7, 6 and a half, no 700 now, minimum 700, 6 and a half, no 700 now, minimum 7, 650 on the net.
30019.
Now sell the other mare.
I don't know her number. Do we know it? I need
this
it.
other mare had the baby this morning.
Do we?
She's a blue gray mare.
Do we know her number? I need it. I didn't get a video, but I have a picture of the baby. Taking a nap this morning. We have one more mare that had a baby this morning. Again, we're not running mares and colts. Mares with the new babies in here because it's just not worth it to get the babies all jammed up coming through there.
7317. Gray mare, look, there's her baby. Baby got up, sucked, everything's good. 600.
600, half, and now half, 600, 6 and a half, selling the other mare and baby, 600, half,
Yep.
and now 700, 700, 700, 6 and a half, 700,
Yep.
now half, 700 now, half, 700 now, half, 7 half, 700 now, half, 700 now, half, 700 now, 7 half. Sold her 700 on the net.
30004. 30004. She got the first mare and colt, but okay, for the rest of these, yes. I need a number as they come in, please.
There's a yellow mare getting ready to have you a baby. 600 half. It's 600 now. Half. 600 now. Half. 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 600 now. Half. 600 now. Half. It's 600 now. Half. 600 now. Half. 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 600 now. Half. I'm 600 now. 700 now. 700 now. 700 650.
30004.
Not her.
Internet. Random internet. Not on it.
She'll probably get a few.
Hey, she'll get a few.
She'll get a few. That one.
Oh, so they can give her a few.
Buckskin and white.
I
one
need the
now.
number. Gotta have the numbers.
Gotta have the hip number, guys.
37.
73 what? 37? Thank you.
600.
600 half. Here's 600 now. Half now. 700 now. 700 now. Minimum 700. Here's 6 and a half. 700 now. Minimum
Yep.
now. Half. 7 half. 700 now. Half. Yep. 700. 7 half. 700 now. Half. 700 now. 7 half. 7 half. Sold her 700.
30004.
Same way.
Yep,
as the
same
yellow
way.
mare. Watch it, watch it, watch it.
Same way as the yellow mare. Same way as the other one. This is gonna happen right away.
This
wrong
one's
mare's gonna
real
have you,
close.
baby,
She's gonna
any
fold
time.
any minute.
600 half. 600 now. Half. Here's 600 now. Half. 600 now. Half. 600 now. Half. 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 600 now. Half. It's 600 now. Half. 600 now. Half. 600 now. Half. 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 I'm 600 half. 600 now. Half. 600 now. 6 half. 600 now. 6 half. 600 R&R.
Thank you.
There's your gray mare getting ready to have one too. 600 half. It's a pretty gray mare. 600, 6 and a half. Good. 600 now. Half. 600 now. 6 and a half. 600 now. Half. 600 now. Half. 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 600 now. Half. It's 600 now. Half. 600 now. 6 and a half. 600 now. Half. 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 600 now. Half. I'm 600, 6 and a half. Half. R&R 600.
Another gray mare.
There's a pretty gray mare
Ooh,
right
she is.
there.
23 is her now.
Thank you.
600 half. Here's 600 now. Half. Gonna have a baby. 600 now. Half. Here's 600 now. Half. 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 600 now. Half. 600 now. Half. I'm 600 now. Half. 600 now. Minimum half. 600 now. 6 half. 600 now. 6 half. 600 now. 6 half. R&R 600.
Little blue roan mare.
Here's your blue one. Roan one's gonna have a baby.
73.20.
$600 half. Here's 600 now. Half. 600 now. 6 half. 600 now. Half. 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 600 now.
No.
Half.
7.
7 now. Half. 700 now. Half. 700 now. Half. It's 700. 7 half. 700 now. 7 half.
Danielle's in. Amy, you're out.
7 half. 750. 700 on the net.
30004.
Same way as them other two.
Yep.
Same way as the first pair.
There's a yellow mare right there. Gonna have one any day, guys. 600 half. 600 now half. It's 600 now half. 600 now half. 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 600 now half. 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 600 now half. It's 600 now half. 600 now half. 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 600 now half. R&R 600. There's a black mare right there, belly
Is that-
down,
is that
guys. Gonna do it.
15?
600
Is that
half.
15? What's that? Thank you.
600 half. Here's 600, 6 and a half. Making bag. And underneath $600 now half. Here's $600 now half. And underneath $600 now half. And underneath $600 now half.
Yep.
Now 7. And underneath $600 now 700. But I'm on $600 now 700. But I'm on $600 now 700. And underneath $700 half. Solar 650.
Donna, 30019.
Gotta make sure we get the numbers. No, the numbers.
Because they're on the wrong side.
Got a little blue roan mare.
18.
Blue roan mare getting ready to have a baby. 600 half. And underneath $600 now half. Here's 600 now half. And underneath $600 now half.
Yep.
Now 7. And underneath $600 now 7.
Danielle didn't make it.
600 now 7. And underneath $600 now 7. Underneath $600 now 7.
Yep. Corey, you're out.
It's 700 now half. And underneath 700 half. And underneath 700 now half. And underneath 7 half. I'm 700. 7 half. Sold her 700.
Danielle, 30004.
04.
Yes.
Yep.
04.
Yellow mare. Goes with the yellow mare.
There's a buckskin one going to have
16?
you a baby. No.
16's her number.
Here's 600 half. Here's 600 now half. And underneath 600 now half. And underneath 600 now half. Here's 600, 6 and a half. And underneath 600 now half. And underneath 600 now 6 and a half. And underneath 600 now 6 and a half. Here's 600, 6 and a half. And underneath 600 now half. 600 R&R.
$25.
Wow, there's a roan mare
This is a
right there.
gorgeous
That is a
mare.
Gorgeous
Oh.
mare going to have you a baby. $600. 6 and a half. 600 half. And underneath 600 now half.
Yeah.
And now 7.
Yeah.
Now half. Now 8.
You're all out.
And underneath 7 and a half. Now 8. And then I'm on 8. Hit 7 and a half. 8. Internet. Don't miss her.
Yeah.
Now half. And now 9.
That's
and
out.
9. 8 and a half. 9. Internet. 8 and a half. Now 9. And then I'm on 9.
Yep.
9. Now half. Hit 9. 9 and a half. And then 9 and now 9 and a half. And then 9 and now 9 and a half. I'm on 9 and then 9 and a half. Sold her 900 on the net.
30004.
Same way as that last one. The first lady. The first.
I think she is beautiful, that mare. Oh,
Buckskin and white one.
I didn't get the number. Thank you.
She's bellied up, guys. 600 half. And underneath 600 now half. Here's 600 now half. Dwight, I'd stand still. 600 now half. I'd 600
Yeah.
now half. Now 7. And underneath 700 now. But I'm on now 7. And underneath 600 now 7. It's 700. Hit it underneath 700 now. But I'm on 600 now 700. But I'm on 7. And I'm going to use bidding out there 7.
Yeah.
7 now half.
Donna, you're out.
700 now half. It's 700 now half. And underneath 700 now half. And underneath 7 half. Sold at 700.
Different way.
Different deal.
30052. 30052. Or that, you know. Gotta make it more complicated.
There's a cute little line back
22.
down mare right there. She's got it on her mind too.
Backed up.
She's bagged up, getting ready to do it. 600 half. And underneath 600 now half. Here's 600 now half. And underneath 600 now half. And underneath 600 now half. And underneath 600 now half. $600 R&R.
Might have it today. Not much.
He's watching me on there, see if I did a good job.
Is he? He's grading you. Okay, Ronnie, keep an eye on things. 21.
Hey, there's a little line back done marked damn sure on belly up anytime and have one. 600 half. Now half. Here's 600 half. Now half. 6 now half. Here's 600 half. Internet, you're not in. 600 now half. Here's 600 now half. Now half. Now half. 600 R&R.
Oh boy. 26.
Blue roan one right there. Now 600 now half. Here's 600 now half. 600 now half. Half. 600 now half. 600 now half.
Yeah.
Now 700 now 700 minimum 700. It's 700
Yeah.
now half. 700 now half. 700 now half. 7 half. I'm 700 half. 700 now 7 half. 700.
30004.
First lady.
Yep, first lady.
Wow, she's buckskin. She's bellied up bigger than a balloon.
Yep.
600 half. Here's 600 now half. 600 now half. Half. 600 now half. 600 now half.
Yeah.
Now 700. 700 now minimum. 700 700. 700 minimum 700. And 600 700. 700 now minimum 700.
Yep.
Now half.
Johnny, you're out.
700 now half. 700 pretty good buckskin murder now.
Now you're both out online.
It's 7 half. 8. 7 half now. 8. 7 half now. 8. Half. Sold her 750. 18,476.
New pen.
New pen.
New pen. New pen.
We need flashcards too.
Again, they'll all come to the front right here.
Which one we got? Oh boy. Pay attention. Nope. Oh yeah.
Wow. You
31.
talking about a fancy ass bird. She's going to lay down
She
there
is a
and she's
circus pony now.
Loud-colored baby now. She's already bagging up.
Louse.
$1,000, 1,100. Hit $1,000, 1,100. Hit $1,100 now, 1,100. Minimum $1,000 now, 1,100. Hit $1,000, 1,000 half. Hit $1,000 now, half. Hit $1,000 half.
Buckskin leopard.
Hit $1,000 now, half. Hit $1,000 now, 1,000 half. Hit $1,000 now,
Yo!
1,100. Hit $1,000 half.
We're out, Danielle. She is cool.
Danielle, you're out. 1,100 now, 11 half. Hit 1,100 now, 11 half. There ain't many like her. 1,100 now, half. 1,100 now, half. Down to the 1,100. Half. Sold her 1,100. Bob.
Sorry, Paige, you clicked in a little too late, guys. You get your bids in just as.
Hold on.
Go ahead. Okay, hang on.
Hold
Hang
on.
on.
11 half. 12. 11 half. Now 12. 11 half. 12. 11 half. 11:15
Okay,
number.
you did get her, Paige. You opened it back up. 30048. 30048.
New deal. New
New
pen.
pen.
New pen.
Okay, so again, internet, we're not going to do that all the time. So just get your bids in just as quick as you can. Like I said, I hate to miss any of you, but these go fast. Paige, that is the coolest mare. Oh boy, 27.
Philly gonna have you a baby, guys. There's a loud colored that filly. 600 half, it is now half, it's 600 half, I'm out it is now half, it is now half, it is now half, it's 600 now half, it is now half, it is now 7, half,
Nets out.
it's 700 now half, it is 7 half, it is 7 now half,
Yep.
half, 800 now half,
Nets out.
800 now half, it is 800 now 8 half, 850. Sold her 800, put her on 18,874. New deal.
That's his kind. $35. This is a pretty mare, very pretty mare.
600 half, here's 600 now half, it is 600 now half, half, it is 600 now half, here's 600 now half, it is 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 600 now half, here's 600 now half, it is 600 now half, here I have R&R 600. There's your blue roll and a fancy young lady.
36, I think.
600 now half. 600, 6 and a half, and it is 600 now half, and it is 600 now half. It's 600 half, 7, and it is 6 and a half now 700 now 700. It's 6 and a half, 700, and it is 700 now 6 and a half now 700 now 700. It's 700, and it is 6 and a half now 700 now 700. Sold at 650 on the net.
30004. First pen.
First pen.
First pen.
Same way as the first one. First.
Oh boy. 32.
There's you a bad white mare getting ready to drop one too. 600 half, and it is 600 now half. It's 600 now half, and it is 600 now half, and it is 600 now half, and it is 600 now half. It's 600 now half, and it is 600 now half, and it is 600 now half, and it is 600 now half. It's 600 6 and a half, and it is 600 now half, and it is 600 now half. Here I have R&R 600.
$38.
600 half. They're pretty gray mares. 600 now half. And it is 600 now half. And it is 600 now half. Half. And it is 600 now half. It's 600 now half. And it is 600 now half. And it is 600 now half. Half. And it is 600 now half. 600 darn hard. The blue roll mare there, and it is 600 half. It's 600 now half, and it is 600 now half, half, and it is 600 now half, and it is 600 now half. It's 600 now half, and it is 600 now half, and it is 600 now half. 600, 6 and a half, and it is 600 now half, and it is 600 now 6 and a half, half. R&R 600.
She lost her tag, so I just opened it up under. Bobby, I am 99% sure she was 33, but I could be wrong. What was that number? 10?
How about 350?
350, 400, 350 now, 400,
We're into the Colts.
350 now, 4. I'm 354.
Yep.
4 and a half, 4 and a half, 4 and a half, 4 and a half, 4 and a half. Yep, 4 and a half, 4 and a half, 4 and a half, 400.
30004.
First pin.
12.
354. Yep, 350 now. 4. I'm gonna bump hold a bit of the 3, but now hold a bit of the 3, but now hold a bit. I'm gonna bump hold a bit of the 3, but now hold a bit. I'm gonna bump hard. I'm 354. Little
He's a
gelding,
gelding, guys.
now 3, but now hold a bit. Now half and a bit, 4 and a half, and a randy, you're out 4 and 4 and a half. Now 5.
That's out.
5 hit 455. 4
Yep.
now half and a bit, 5 and a half, and a bit, 5 and a bit, 5 and a half. Hit 5 and a half. Sold him 500 on the net.
30004.
Same deal, same way. First lady.
First got the lady, guys. First lady.
He wants to be a friend, that one.
He was not bad, Justin.
Yeah.
Where you at, colt right there?
There's a good
What's that?
lady
What is
right
it?
there.
14?
14. Horse coat. 500, 5 and a half, now 6, and
Yo!
now half, now 7, and
Yep.
now half, now 8, now half, 8 and a half, 8 and a
Yep.
half, 9 and a half, 9 and a half, 5 and a half, 5 and a half, hit 5 and a half, 9 and a half, 11 and a half, 5 and a half, 11 and a half, 12 and a half, and now 13 and a half, 12 and a half, now 14 and a half, 14 and a half,
Yes!
and 15 and a half, 15 and a half, 15 and a half, yep, 15 and a half, 14 and a half, now 15 and a half, 15 and a half, I have. Sold him on the net, 1450.
New pen 30021.
New 10, new 10.
Only one like that one. Hmm?
Buckskin and white.
There's a
I missed the
buckskin and white app.
04.
04.
Okay.
Horse coat too, ain't it?
It's a bucks. This one has got a blanket.
$300, 3 and a half. Hit 3 to the bid, 3 and a half. Hit to the bid, 3 to the bid, now half. Hit to the bid, 3 to the bid, now 3 and a half.
Yo!
4. I'm gonna bump over to the bid, 3 bid, now 4. I'm 354. I'm gonna bump over to the bid, 3 bid, now 4 to the bid. I'm gonna bump over to the bid. I sold him 350.
30004.
First lady, first lady. Whoa, my.
Horse coat, buckskin and white.
Buckskin and white horse coat, and I'm talking about a fancy baby.
Horse.
$400, 4 and a half. Hit 4, 4 and a half. Hit it, 4 to bid now, 4 and a half. Hit it, 4 to bid now, 4 and a half. Hit it, 4 to bid now, half. Hit
Yeah.
now 5. Hit it, 5. Hit it, 4 and a half now 5. Hit it, 5. Hit it, 4 and a half now 5. Hit it, I'm gonna bump 5. Hit it, 4 bid now 5. Hit 5. Hit it, 5. Hit it, 4 bid now 5. Hit it, I'm gonna bump 5. Hit it, half. 450 on the net.
30004.
Same way. First lady. Wow. Billy coat there now. Bucks are done in white. 350, 400.
Pretty fancy.
Now 4. Good. 4 half. Minimum 3. But now 4. 3. But now 4. 350 now 4. I'm 354. I'm gonna bump over to 3. But now 4. I'm gonna bump over to bid. I'm gonna bump over to bid. I have. Sold her 350, 18,569. Oh, hold on. We was in 2 different places. I had 350 here, 400. 400, just between you two. Now half. Now 5. Now 5. Sold it 450, put it on 18,569. Thank you both, guys. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was putting it on Russell. He's sure.
I missed it.
06, I think.
06.
Is that 06?
7306.
This one's
That's a filly, ain't it?
pretty. Yes, it's a filly. Yes.
It's a filly colt, and there's a good buckskin and white filly.
Oh,
500.
500, 600, hit it, 500 now, 600 here, hit 500, 5 and a half, hit it, 500 now, 5 and a half, now see it,
That's out.
600, I'm gonna bump 5, hit it now, see it, hit 600, hit it, 600 now,
Yep.
now, half, hit it, 600 now, half, 600 now, half, I'm 600, 6 and a half, hit it, 600 now, half, 600 on the net.
30004.
First lady, first lady. There's the fanciest one out of them all now. And it's a filly colt. There's a fancy lady right there. What do you say? $1,500? $800, $900. Hit it at 800 down hang. 800 down hang. Hit it at 800 down 900 800 down 9. Now 10. How many bump 10 to the bid? Hit now 11. Hit it at 1100. Man, we're out. 1000 now 1100. 1100. Hit it at 1000 now 10. I'm gonna bump. You want give me 10 and a half? $1,000, $1,500. Hit it at $1,000 now. $1,500, ma'am. I'm gonna bump $1,000 now half. I'm $1,000 now. The internet's out too. Now 11. Hit it at 1100. Hit 10 and a half. There's a fancy lady, 10 and a half, 1100. Hit it at 1100, I'm 10 and a half, now 1100. I have sold it 1,015. Put it on number 2929. New pin 2929.
She's got a good hip too. We're gonna have some of those soon, Bobby. That's what I gotta see them. I gotta get out there. Good.
7308.
08.
250, 300 now, half, 3 and a half, now 4, now half, 4 and a half, young man, 4 and a half, 4 and a half, now 5, 4 and a half, 5 now, half, 5 and a half, 5 and a half, now 5 and a half, now half. So at 500, put it on 14,820.
Oh, 7302, buckskin horse coat.
There's a good buckskin horse coat there.
Whoa.
400, 4 and a half, hit it at 4 now 4 and a half, hit 4 and a half, hit it at 4 now 4 and a half, hit it at 4 and a half, half, hit it at 4 and a half, hit 4 and a half, hit it at 4 now 5, hit it at 5, hit 4 and a half, 5, hit it at 5, hit it at 4 and a half, now 5, hit it at 5. Sold in 450 on the net.
30004.
First deal, first deal.
Oh, 5.
There's the one they all been waiting
Really
for.
cute.
$400, 4 and a half, 500, half, 600, half, 700, now half, 7 and a half. You're all out. I'm in the doorway. 700, 7 and a half. Good, 700, 7 and a half. Randy, you're out too. 700 now half. Good, 700 now half, 700 now half. Here I have. Sold him 700 in the doorway. 14,424. New deal, new deal.
We should have, I think, 2 left. I think.
Now, what have you been told about thinking, young lady?
I know better than that. I do know.
03, buckskin.
Buckskin.
Horse coat.
Horse coat. $300, 3 and a half. Now 4. Hit 3 and a half. 4. I'm gonna bump over to the 3. But now 4.
Yeah.
Now half. 4 and a half. 4 and a half. Hit 4 and a half. 4 and a half. 4 and a half. 4 and a half. 400 on the net.
30004.
First deal, first deal.
First piece.
Yep.
That might be
That-
my
that
favorite
should be
color
the
one
last
right
one,
there.
yes.
There's a neat one.
Great.
$300, 3 and a half. Now 4. Now half. 4 and a half. 4 and a half. There's a shapy coat. 4 and a half. Hit 4, 4 and a half. Now half.
Yep.
Now 5. I'm gonna bump 5. Hit 4 and a half. 5. Young man, I'm gonna bump 5. 4 and a half. Now 5. I'm gonna bump 5. 450 now 5. I have 450 on the net.
30004.
First pin, first pin.
We missed anybody. be back next month.
That's all of them, guys. See you right back here next month. Be here every Thursday for the regular sale, internet sale, the first Thursday.
Thank you, everybody. If you were a winning bidder, the office will be in touch if they haven't already. We'll see you back here the first Thursday of the month, which will be May the 1st, and we'll be back here for the horse sale on the 10th. Thank you.